I think we're live now. Hold on.
We are.
We're live.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the TruuuTalk podcast. This is episode 8. And tonight we'll be talking about signs of the Zodiac, what women want and what men want, and also how the 2020 shift has changed and influenced mindset and life and decisions. Tonight, as always, we're joined by the TruuuTalk First Lady, Miss Chitty Bang Bang. A man who needs no introduction, Mr. TruuuTalk himself, Ashley. We've got a special guest all the way from the USA in Miss Olivia, who's also a Taurian and she likes sticky fingers. And of course, myself, DJ Sticky Fingers.
The one and only.
We're going to start off with signs of the Zodiac, and we'll start with Miss Chitty.
Okay, so Zodiac signs. Well, I'm a Gemini. I'm crazy as fuck, but no, I'm not really. I'm a Gemini, but with Zodiac signs, there's so many different parts to it and different elements. Like, so even though my main sign is Gemini, my rising sign is Pisces. If you know anything about the star signs, then Pisces is a water sign, can be quite emotional. And I find the emotional side of me is very Pisces. I've also got, so the time I was born in May, and by the time that I was born, I'm on the cusp. So I'm part Taurus, part Gemini. And I would say that my heart is Taurus, and the way that I use my heart is very, very Taurus. But my overall energy is very Gemini. Geminis get a lot of bad rap. We're considered to be two-faced. They say we're two-faced, but we're not. We're not two-faced in a bad way. It's in a way where you will get, we're both sides of the coin. So we will treat you with love, we'll treat you with respect, with regard, all of those things. But if you push us and tip us over the edge just a little bit, then we will go from 0 to 100 and we will fuck shit up. It's going to get mad. It's going to go a bit crazy. But it does take a lot for us to get there. We're very passionate about our beliefs. We're very kind. We don't like to see people down. We like to uplift other people. That's Geminis. I've had a little bit of a drink tonight, guys. I'm not even going to lie. So I'm a little bit, but I'm okay. But Olivia, my beautiful, beautiful friend, Olivia, she's the expert. So Liv, over to you.
Girl, I love everything that you said, because I think a lot of people think that they're just one sign. It's kind of like saying, oh, I'm only black. Yeah, you're black, but you're not. Every black person's not exactly the same. Every Taurus is not the same. Like, people are multifaceted and diverse. So I think I love that you said that you're rising Pisces, because I'm a rising Pisces too.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yes. So I'm not an astrologer, guys, but I'm obsessed with astrology. So, like, I've read so many books. All my readings I always include in astrology. But I think that when you understand at least your top 3 signs, like, you don't have to know your whole chart, but if you know your sun, your rising, and your moon, like, you'll see who you're compatible with when you're dating, or you'll see who you're compatible with when it comes to working in business. Like, because Gemini, like you said, it's all about the mind. It's all about, like, words and exchange. So if someone's not evolved, they're going to be popping off at the mouth. But Chitty's evolved, so she uses her words to influence people. So there's always duality to a sign. Taurus, we love nice things. We like good food. We like having money in the bank. Like, we're very, like, earthy. But if we're, like, off, then we could be really greedy and really selfish. So I think, like, knowing your both aspects of your sign, then it's easier to, like, understand. If you understand yourself, I feel like you can understand who you mess with. Like, friends, love, business. It just makes it much easier.
Me, when it comes to star signs, before I started kind of talking to Chitty about it, or she kind of started showing me certain things, I just used to think I'm a Leo and that's just the best sign in the world. That's what I just used to think. Like, and then I clocked that most Leos feel like Leo is the best sign in the world. Yeah? And then I got that most people think that their sign is the best sign in the world, regardless. You get what I mean? So I said, I'm not bad for that. You get me? I'm supposed to think that. Do you get what I mean? But
Yeah.
getting a bit deeper into it and getting information and learning about star signs and charts and different kind of things, I'm becoming a bit more intrigued and I believe it a lot more than I used to. Do you get what I mean? Before I just used to kind of read the star sign thing in the back of the paper just for the sake of it, just to read something that you get me, that might resonate with me or might be going through, but I didn't really take it literal. And then when I started, when you showed me about my specific chart or something that was more specific to me and I'm reading it and then a lot of the things resonate, it kind of made me a bit more open to it and kind of like just believe it a bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's so funny because like with this, me and Chitty talk about the signs all the time. And it's crazy because, but Leo, like above, like the funny thing, everyone loves their sign, but Leo loves their sign. Like, it's like on a scale of, I don't know, the Leo. It's like, I feel like, because it's a fire sign though, and Leo is like the performer. Like each, so you have an element, right? You have fire, earth, water, and air. But within that, we call that a trine. This is 3. So within each trine or within each element, there are differences that make each sign. So Aries is different from Leo, Sagittarius, but they all have that common theme. So it's kind of cool to like see that, like, if you don't know anything about signs, ask your friends what their signs are, and you'll kind of realize there's probably a common theme of who you attract, even if you don't know anything about signs.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of the closest people to me are either Geminis or Libras. When I check
yeah.
And obviously, I didn't really thought that was a thing until now. Until now, you said it. A lot of the closest people to me are either Geminis or Libras. People that I like the most. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just air and fire, they work really well together. Like earth and water work really. I mean, it's not about like so cut and dry, but I feel like a lot of the times people put a horoscope in a magazine, and the thing is, we all want to learn about ourselves, whether it's numerology, astrology, if it's like a quiz or a love language. We all really want to know about ourselves. So I think it's just a healthy way to like all of your relationships, or to love yourself more. And it actually can help you get money. It can help you in relationships. Like, it's kind of like a cheat sheet if you understand it.
It's true, you know. There's girls that think about this kind of stuff though, because man don't really care about this shit too much. Like, not to say that I don't care about it now, but what I'm saying is men don't really think like that. They're not really thinking that deep. We kind of think more surface, more than like so internal. But I feel like if we think more internal, yeah, and we connect with ourselves more spiritually, we'll just do better overall. I feel like that's a lot of men are lacking that spirituality. I think that would help.
Sticky, what do you think?
To be honest, I'm not even one for Zodiac signs anymore. So I used to think, oh, look, Taurus. What's that happening? People would say, oh, you do such things because you're Taurian. And I think, is it that I'm doing it for that reason, or is it just how I am? Or is it, I can use it as an excuse? So, for example, if I'm being stubborn, someone will go, oh, because you're Taurus, so you're stubborn. But am I any more stubborn than a Libra? Do you know what I mean? So the people that are saying it because I'm a Taurus, they're like, oh, that's why you're stubborn. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, and like Chili, for example, yeah, you're on the cusp of Taurus and Gemini. But then, like, if you're stubborn one day, someone goes, oh, it's because you're Taurus. But you know, it might not be that. You might just be annoyed at something. You don't want to do something. You see what I mean? So that's why I'm borderline. I used to read it a lot though. So before like Instagram, you know, you'd be in the bathroom, you know, in the office, and read like the magazine, Mystic Meg. You know what I mean? But now I'm just I don't know. It's not for me personally. Nothing against it, ladies, by the way. Nothing against it.
Watch what you're saying.
Exactly.
No, it's sorry, Liv, go on. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just think I get where Sticky's coming from in that aspect, because there have been times where I think, is this because of my specific star sign, or or is it the traits of my star sign, or is it just me as a person? But I think the more I've researched it, the more I've looked into it, the more I've realized I live up to a lot of my traits from the Taurus side and from the Gemini side. And especially when it comes to being in regards to being compatible with people, like Gemini and Cancerians, they don't really, there's always a lot of conflict between Gemini and Cancerians, because Gemini people tend to not put up with people's shit. So
gangsters, they're gangsters.
Like Gemini, we don't give a fuck, and that's why we get a lot of bad rep, because people are like, yeah, actually, hey girls, you look good. Hey Mills, hey Nadia, what? Yeah, but it's like,
what's going on?
No, they just look good. I just had to acknowledge that they look good.
I didn't see her.
Hey,
you get me? They showed that
something happening. Say that. You look good
today, but they look good.
Very
yeah,
no.
Sorry. But no, as I was saying, Geminis do get a lot of bad rep. But the thing is, with Geminis, we don't put up with people's shit. If we see it, we spot fake people from a distance. Like, do you know what I mean? It happens quickly.
One thing I love about Gemini is you can't convince them. Yeah, you can't convince them. Like once they've made their mind up, yeah, that's what they're on. Like there's no persuading them. There's no nothing. There's no middle ground with them. Yeah, what they do is what they do, regardless if you like it or you don't like it. And I've learned a lot about Geminis, because my daughter's a Gemini, along with a lot of my closest people. But my daughter's a Gemini, and she don't have none of it. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what I say. I can be serious. If she feels some way, she's going to act how she feels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I respect that about you guys. Definitely respect that.
Yeah, it's like, so we won't put up with the bullshit of other star signs and their traits. And Cancerians, I've just found throughout my life, they tend to really lean, especially if they're into star signs, they really lean on that, and they say, oh, it's because of my star sign why I'm such an arsehole. Oh, it's because it's part of my trait, But no. You're just a dickhead. Please don't try to cloud my judgment. Don't try to manipulate me, because that is one thing with a Gemini. If anybody tries to manipulate a Gemini, we will play the game. We will play along with you, and we'll keep going and going and going, and then it'll be like bam in your face. You won't even see it coming. It's going to be crazy for you, and the Gemini will enjoy it, because you've tried to manipulate the Gemini for so long. They've gathered this information. Gemini, we're very much in our mind. Yeah, and we're in our own heads. We spend a lot of time in our heads.
Cancer's all here, and Gemini's all here. So Cancer's like, I feel about everything. I feel this, I feel that, I feel. And Gemini's like, I'm smart. So you might make a decision, a head over heart decision, because you know it's the best for you. And so they make not all of them, but sometimes they'll make heart over head decisions. So it doesn't make sense. It's kind of like, I don't get it. That type of thing. It's like a misunderstanding.
We clash big time. And it's just like, so for me, as a Gemini, being my Gemini sign being very dominant in my personality, I fuck with fire signs. Fire signs are my people. My Leos, my Aries, Taurus, all of you lot are my people. I love you all, because you're just real. And do you know what? A lot of people, there's a lot of star signs, they can't tell me shit. Like, if they're talking, I'll listen, and then it's just my mind just trails off, and I'm not even paying attention. But fire signs, they grip me. I will listen. Like Nadia. Nadia's an Aries, and me and Aries are gang. We're tight like this. All my bestest friends, my closest friends, the only ones that I listen to are Aries. Because Aries is just what you see is what you get. They're very grounded. They're very honest. Their hearts are big, but they're very passionate about the truth. And that's why I will always listen to a fire sign. Same with Leos. Leos can come across as arrogant, can come across as rude sometimes, but they have your best interests at heart, and they will, when a Leo's telling you something, like, Leo ain't got time for no one. Leos are the most selfish star sign in the zodiac. So if they're giving you their time, and they're giving you their energy and their advice, then you know it's coming from a real place. Because they ain't got time for that shit. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? And they like when you talk about them as well.
Of course they do. They
love that shit. Like, Olivia, your video today, I was like, oh, look at that. She's talking to me.
Well, it's funny because my mom is a Leo.
Today, and she did a Leo video.
I didn't even think about it. Like, my mom's a Leo, so I was raised by a Leo. My mom is my best friend. Like, I feel like because of what I do for work and also what I'm passionate about, I always try to see the good in every sign. I personally have the signs that I'm like, but like Sticky was saying, like how he doesn't really resonate with like, hey, I did this because I'm a Taurus. I feel like when people know their sign, it's like everyone is like a clusterfuck of signs. There's like so many signs in your birth chart, and they're in different categories. So it's like, that's why it seems like, that could be a Libra could have the same characteristics as a Taurus because he might have Taurus in his chart. So we're all pointing fingers, but if you look at your chart, you're like, I got a lot of Leo, but my sun sign might be Taurus. So like I found out I have like 10 signs in my chart. Like I got every sign except Libra and Aquarius. So I can relate with a lot of people. That's why I'm like, this sign I could empathize. But some people, they have so much of one sign that they're like, I don't fuck with that sign because they don't even have it in their makeup. They just can't relate to it. And when you look at it, you're like, like we're not just one. We're like, we're all connected in different ways.
Cool.
I'm not really clued up on star signs that much. I mean, Mystic Meg was the one that introduced me to star signs and, readings. But people I come across always say that I'm a true Aries. My stars.
Aries.
And I know a lot of Aries, and we're very, very similar. Big heart, like you said, kids. What you see is what you get. But we're also, we can switch it up sometimes. We can be a little bit fiery as well, obviously, being a fire sign. But yeah, I wouldn't say I know who I'm compatible with, but I would say a lot of star signs don't seem to be compatible with all the other star signs, or even their own, if you know what I mean. But I know that I am compatible with other Aries. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I don't understand how can you have all these star signs in your star sign then?
It's kind of like when you look at your chart, if someone can explain it to you, it's like your sun sign is Aries, right? So you're like, the sun is bright, that's Leo. So sun is like the biggest part of you. So that's why whenever you read something, you're like, Aries, it resonates with me. But your rising sign is kind of like, so Aries is like a watch, right? A watch that you would wear on your arm. That's who you are. But there's a box that it comes in. That's what the world sees. That's what you allow people to see from a distance. That's your rising sign. So it could be Cancer. So maybe some people, you don't let them see all of you. That's that part of you. And then the moon sign is like how it works on the inside, how the inner workings of it. So it's like each category is a part of the sign. They're smaller bits of you. They're just the small details. They're not like maybe as loud as the sun, or which would be your Aries sign. So it's kind of, sometimes I'll do readings about someone's chart makeup so they could see it, because it can be a little complicated, but Aries is the first. So Aries can be like really competitive, or like, I'm going to win. Like, no, you can't tell me nothing. Like, I'm going to win. Like, it's very confident, and it's very like, it's the emperor in tarot. It's like new rules, new game. Like, and people like that magnetism because it's really attractive.
Oh, I like this.
I wasn't to say,
keep talking, Olivia. Keep talking.
Yes, girl. Like,
for those that have just tuned in, we've also graced with our Welsh princess Nadia, and also a young lady who says, if you're going to send her a picture, get the angles right. That's Miss Milan.
Please say hi.
Always looking peng.
Ew.
I've been told they're late as always.
Always
late.
looking mad tonight. Still.
Always
Friday.
late. Just so you know, Olivia, just so you know, actually, myself, Mr. TruuuTalk himself, Ashley, and our First Lady, Chidi, were always on time.
Always.
Glenn, Nadia, not on time. Just to put it out there.
I didn't know. I had to
I'm
scroll.
late in life
I'm not gonna lie,
generally.
Nadia is always on black people time still.
That means she's part of the family. That just means she's part of the family.
Always.
It's the fashion to be late.
Come on.
I love it.
But so Milan.
What star sign is Milan? I don't even know.
We figured your star sign out.
Aquarius or something.
Yeah. I guessed Milan's star sign the other day, and it was because of we were talking in the group chat, and it was something she said, and she said it, and all I heard was my brother. That's all I heard. And my brother is Aquarius, and I said to her, "You either have to be Aquarius or Virgo," and I was right. She was Aquarius, definitely.
Yeah.
She's my brother, but just a woman, definitely.
Yeah. I love it.
Milan, talk to us. Aquarius.
So, I don't really know much about other star signs. To be honest, I don't know anything about any star sign. What's the star sign with like the two scale things?
Libra.
Libra, yeah.
Maybe it's not a Libra I'm thinking of. What's the one and they're literally like they're just like two things?
Gemini.
Is that in May?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I don't normally like Geminis. I think there's definitely like bipolar traits in there somewhere. Like literally, I can't. Like I haven't got time for it. I haven't got the patience for it. Like, literally just, if that's a word, it's because I can't.
Are you referring to a certain somebody, Milan? Don't say anything. But are you referring to a certain somebody or
She
people?
said it for the first lady.
Maybe.
No, but do you know what's crazy? Do you know what's crazy though? My brother says the same thing, and it's like because like before you joined, Mills, I was saying that I'm a Gemini, but I'm on the cusp, so I'm part Taurus and I'm part Gemini, and I'll openly say it, Geminis, I can't really fuck with them because I understand it because I have empathy for them because I know where they're coming from. It's hard being Gemini. It's not an easy sign to be. But at the same time, with me, especially Gemini men, like women, I can fuck with the women because I can have empathy for them. But you know, Gemini men, I can't stand them. They're awful. They genuinely are. I just find them to be very two-faced in the sense of where that masculine energy comes in. They're just bitches, and they're so competitive. If like I was seeing a Gemini guy before. It lasted 2 weeks, because otherwise, like I would have killed him. Innit? It was literally like 20 people in one room when we were together. He was 10 and like he was probably 18 of them and I was 2, innit? Like he was crazy and I thought, no, this is not for me. It was just too much. The energy was too much. Gemini men, it's crazy. You don't know where they're gonna go with it as well. It's quite frightening actually. So you know, I can feel it. I can get it.
I don't think I've go on.
Gemini is a hard energy to understand sometimes. It's like I have Gemini in my chart. I have a Venus Gemini, so that's how I am in relationships. And I feel like with Gemini, the scary thing is if you don't know what the two twins are, because every Gemini's twins are different. So Kitty's might be different from someone else. And we all have multiple sides, but Gemini is like Gemini and Pisces are the only ones that are like duality straight up, like just straight up, like it is what it is.
I find funny sticks. How women do relationships based on star sign.
I was waiting for this.
I never picked a girl based on her star sign ever in life, bro. Like, oh, she's so pegged. but she's a Taurus. Fuck that. Nope, not doing it. Yeah. Hey, look at her. That's crazy, man. You see? Nah, she's a Libra. Fuck that.
I tell you what I want to know.
Never.
I want to know what star sign Sticky is.
Oh, that's easy. You know what? I'm the best star sign ever.
He is.
It's that simple.
Are you an Aquarius then?
Nah, of course not. I said the best star sign.
What's that, Leo?
Yeah.
Of course not. Chidi told him. Olivia told him.
He's
Olivia
a
told him.
Taurus.
In fact, I'll tell you what.
Taurus, but
No, I'll tell
the
you what.
Taurus men are.
It's Taurus.
Hold on. See, we'll do it this way. Olivia, what's the best star sign?
I think it's Taurus because I am a Taurus. But actually,
No. You're right the first time.
Facts. Don't fucking spit in facts.
Taurus. It is. So, done.
Taurus. Everybody, I can't.
Round of
Taurus
applause for
men.
Sticky.
Big Sticky, what are you talking about?
Am I part Taurus then? Because my birthday's April the 6th. I know I'm a true Aries, but how does it work?
Aries.
How do you mix
You're
with other
Aries,
star
but Aries
signs?
is.
Don't-
I love Aries. I gotta see your rising.
You're not even a
I want
little
to see
bit
Nadia's
Taurus.
rising.
I think I did Nadia's birth chart. I think I did it for you, Nad. I'm sure I did. So I will send it to you and we'll have a discussion about it and I'll explain it to you. I did Ashley's. Ashley's rising sign is a Gemini.
Makes sense.
I want my one done.
I'm
Yeah,
going to,
80
I'll
pounds,
do it
Bill,
for
80
you.
pounds. 80 pounds.
I'll do it for free for my Millie. I love Milan. She reminds me of.
Listen, you see when Olivia said after the end of the video, if you want to pay, like this, I didn't say if you want to pay me to do it, but basically, if you want to pay me to do your shit, challenge me. I was gonna hold out. You know what? I kind of want to know some more. I'm not done yet.
Well,
Tell me some more.
I had a reading from Olivia before we got too deep into the friendship and everything, because she's my bestie, innit? She's one of my besties. But before we got too deep into the friendship, I had a reading from Olivia, and I will put it out there. Like, I've had quite a few readings in my time. There's not a lot of people that can read me because I'm too complex. But Olivia, from the beginning to the end, and I'm not even just saying it because she's here, because I would say if it was shit. She was absolutely amazing. She was so spot on. She told me things that I think I buried myself and I didn't even want to kind of even think about, and she brought it to surface. Even down to when I had my reading, it was crazy. I was trying to look for a certain t-shirt to wear just to have the reading with her, but I couldn't find it. And then I put a different t-shirt on and it had like a purple orb, like planets in the middle of it. And when Olivia pulled my final card on my reading, the card was exactly the same as my t-shirt. And I was like,
Oh, man.
wow.
It was crazy. I was like, that shit was crazy. I was like, girls, I was like, I had to send her a picture. Your energy was like, it was insane. Like, you do readings yourself. Like, it's hard to tap into people like that, like you, because you have so much, like, you pull cards yourself. Like, it's challenging because you have so much energy. But for you, it was an honor to read for you because shit was just coming in left, right. I was like, damn.
It was coming in. I shit myself afterwards. I think I smoked a big spliff and had a big drink because I was just blown away by the accuracy and just everything that came in. So I would just say to people, if anyone ever wants a little reading, little insight, bit of clarity, just holler at Olivia. Olivia_the ball on Instagram.
I love you.
Olivia_the ball. So just get at her.
Can I ask, Liv, do you, can I call you Liv, by the way?
No.
Yes.
Yeah? Liv,
No,
I don't know.
okay.
Do you do like one-to-one sessions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sticks. 1 second, brother. 1 second. Sticks. Newsflash. She lives in America. She lives in America, bro.
Don't
That's
matter.
cool.
But
There's planes,
just for
isn't
the
it?
But your
record,
one-to-one is going to be real
Like,
Skype.
he will catch
Can't
a
go
flight.
aeroplanes.
He will catch a flight.
Real zoomy. Yeah, real zoomy.
Aeroplanes.
Yeah.
You gonna fly out here?
Some
Nah,
holidays.
you don't wanna.
Baller, though. Fly out, stick.
are Aquarius and Aquarius compatible?
Who?
Are Aquarians compatible with each other? Does that make sense?
Ooh, that's a really.
I think
You
as
know,
a
I don't really feel a lot of
friendship,
them.
yes.
Mm.
I've never been in a relationship with someone who's an Aquarius, but I know guys that are.
Yeah.
And I've seen them in relationships. So I think as a friendship, yes. As a relationship, no.
Mm.
No.
Yeah. So funnily enough, I am an Aries and my ex-partner was an Aquarius. And we weren't compatible. I thought we were in the beginning, but obviously as time would tell, no. Completely different people. You know when they say opposites attract? I'm quite lively, quite confident, chatty, and he's quite reserved and quite, private and quiet. That's what I suppose I went on in the beginning, but then we weren't compatible. So
I don't
I
think
feel
it matters
like
that much.
Aries
Bro. I
needs
don't
a
think that.
Gemini. Don't you think, Chip?
Pardon?
I think Nadia, Aries needs more of like, if you're gonna do an air sign, you need like a Gemini or
Yeah, Aries.
or Sagittarius, like someone like
Aries, yeah. Aries is very compatible with
Aries.
Sagittarius, with Gemini. Gemini and Aries,
Yeah.
especially an Aries woman and a Gemini man, because an Aries woman will be able to put a Gemini man in his place. You'll be able to shut his shit down straight away and keep him balanced. And
They love Aries women. They love them.
They do. They really do.
Hello.
But it's crazy. Do you know what's crazy though? I'm very I'm supposed to be very compatible with a Libra, and I just find them to be so boring. Like I dated a Libra for a little while, and I think I always fell asleep when we were together. Like, it was just really, no, seriously, I ain't even trying to put Libra men down, but I just found them to be so boring. Like, I was literally yawning.
Honestly think, that is the star sign.
It's the star sign.
It's got a lot to do with it.
It's an energy.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, is it to do with energy?
Yes, it's an energy.
Yeah.
And star signs are definitely an energy. And for me, it was crazy because every Libra...
I'm going to start dating girls based on their star sign and see what...
But like, what's a Libra? Like, what month do they go into? What's a Libra?
October
and what else? September, October.
September and October, yeah.
But see, Libra women...
Yeah, September and October.
Yeah, Libra women I get along with so
Libra women
well.
Ralph, too many Libra women in my life to find.
Apparently, Sagittarius and Leo are supposed to be compatible. Am I right in saying that?
My mum and Ashley, innit?
Yeah, she's my...
Yeah.
You know, if she was 20 years younger, like she said, you know what time it would be. What time?
Oh.
But yeah, it's
I think
crazy.
every star sign is compatible with Leo, though.
Oh yeah, come on.
I think we're easy to be with. Yeah.
Not always.
Have you noticed when the lions are very fierce?
I dated a lot of Leos. That's why I got into astrology, actually, because I was like, what the fuck?
Leo changed your life. Leo changed your life. That's how you do it.
Taurus is very dominant sometimes, and Leo is very dominant, so they both want attention. So it's like someone's got to, it's like, sometimes it could be a power play. It just depends on if the arrangement of the person. Like, there are other aspects. But Libra, what Chitty said, Libra, the men, that was like probably the worst relationship of my entire existence. But it's weird. Libra is ruled by Venus.
What was your best?
The best? Scorpio.
Scorpio, my brother's a Scorpio.
Oh, fucking hell.
Love Scorpio.
Actually,
my mum...
My mum and dad are the same. They're Scorpio, and they're together, and they've been together for I don't know, 40 something years.
Wow.
And they're both Scorpio, and my brother's a Scorpio.
Wow, you got a lot of
I
Scorpio in
think
your family.
Scorpios love hard. Like when their backs against the wall, boy, and they ain't got no choice, they love hard. You get what I'm saying?
They do.
And they give
They
their
hide it.
Very
they
thoughtful.
You get me?
Mm.
I've seen
Very
that. I've seen
thoughtful.
that with them. I don't really know much Scorpios though. The only really Scorpio I know is my bro.
Scorpios are very misunderstood. They say, you know, a lot of people say, oh, Scorpios are nasty, or they're not. They've just got a sting. If you hurt them, they will come at you. But they're very loving and they're very caring and they've always got your back. That's what I find with Scorpios. And they see the truth.
Yeah.
Always.
They just make bare mistakes, bro.
Bare.
Yeah.
Bare oops. Yeah.
Bare. My child is a Virgo. Now, Ashley is on the cusp. He's definitely on the cusp. He's Leo Virgo.
Oh,
my child,
because I'm like near the end.
Yeah, you're literally on it. You're bang on it. And my child's a Virgo.
Oh.
It's hard. Do you know what? It's easy. Do you know what? It's easy for me because being a Gemini, Geminis have got a lot of empathy for every star sign. So I just look for, you know, the reasons as to why but she is a typical Virgo. She's very challenging. She like everything has to be a certain way. She always has to have the last word. They're very direct in that sense. But like, I feel the Virgos are misunderstood because they can come across as rude sometimes, or people might say, oh God, Virgos are horrible. They're not. Do you know what? They're so loving and they're caring, and when they've got your back, they've got your back. Like my child, nobody could ever really fuck with me because Anaima's coming for you. She's like, even at a young age, she's like that, and she does have a lot of Virgo energy. And then her rising sign is Scorpio. So it's big. Like with Anaima, it's big. She's so loyal, like loyal to the soil. That girl will have your back regardless. And she'll clock people very quickly. I go by my child's judgment. If she says to me, Mum, like before I never used to listen to her, but now if she says to me, Mum, I don't like this person, I actually take it on board. And you know, 99% of the time, the child is right. Like she's always said to me, she goes to me, I love Nadia. Nadia's kind. Nadia's lovely. She's so nice. She said, I hear you talking to Olivia. Olivia's so kind. She's lovely. She doesn't like Sticky. She said Sticky needs a wet wipe.
Because of the name. Look at the face.
Because of the name. She's heard
He's got a packet of wet wipes.
He's got wet wipes. She's heard Milan's voice note, and she said Milan just reminds me of Uncle Kesh. Like she's just Uncle all over. And then obviously Virgos, they adore Leos. They love Leos. You know. So Leos are very empathetic towards Virgos. They will take the time and sit and talk to them and guide them and let them know and reassure them that they're not, you know, that they're not bad.
But
it's
talking nice things about Leos. I need to hear it, guys. Affirmation is my love language. Affirmation is my love language, guys. Keep it going.
Leos.
I'm loving you right now. I'm loving you. Come on.
Leos, they do love their ego stroke, man. Their heads are big.
Themselves, yeah.
Big.
True.
But they've got every right to, haven't they, Chids?
Yeah, because
they've got every right to.
And
they own it. They own it.
All right, guys. Let's talk about another star sign now.
Okay.
I don't think I like it anymore.
So which zodiac sign would you say is the smartest?
Virgo.
Virgo.
Yep.
Olivia, I thought you were going to say Taurus then.
I can't even lie. I gotta be honest. I got a lot of Virgos, but the thing is, Virgo, like some Virgos are cocky with it. You know, I think Aquarius, it's a toss up between like Aquarius and Virgo, but I feel like Virgos, they can be like, they're very blunt with it. Like, if you don't know that, because they're ruled by Mercury, so they're very, so is Gemini, but they're very like analytical. So they're not gonna talk shit unless they think they know. Like, and even if they're wrong, they're gonna prove their case. Like, they're gonna you're just gonna think they're right, even if they're wrong.
They're gonna bully you until you agree, basically.
Yes. Yes. Exactly that.
They're chatting shit. You just don't want no smoke. They're like, yeah, you know what? You was right, you know. Yeah.
They get so passionate, and they're an earth sign. So earth sign is all about what you can see, taste, touch. So they're like, I'm gathering information. I did my research. I read this book. I watched this documentary, and this is why this ain't shit. So you're like, okay, it's fine.
I love it.
What would you? Sorry, go on now.
I was going to say, which one would you say has, commonly, has the best personality?
Sagittarius. I love Sagittarius. My mum's a Sagittarius, and her personality. If anyone's seen my mum, met 100%. My mum, if you know my mum, you know that she is the shit. She is so funny. She can adapt to different situations. She makes a joke out of everything. Sagittarians have got an amazing personality.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I got it. I don't know. I love Sag. I have a really good friend who's a Sagittarius, and she's hilarious. I feel like I don't know anyone who hates a Taurus. Like, I really don't. That's the one to be partial. Not because I'm a Taurus, but I don't know anyone who's like, fuck that Taurus. Like, I don't know anyone who's ever said it.
Taurus are just it's
the best.
They're the best.
Quite reserved. Quite reserved. They observe.
Yeah, they're very reserved. But when it comes to relationships with Taurus,
still the best.
I gotta be careful what I say now. But when it comes for me, back 2 years ago, I was in I don't know what the fuck it was, but I was in something with a Taurus. Yeah. And when I say to you, yeah, that guy, oh my God, he was hard work. He was the progression was slow. But you know what? It was, in a sense, looking back on it, I learned from it, because where my Gemini energy comes in, I'm very slow. My Taurus energy, I like to analyze things, sit back, watch things, see how things are going. But then my Gemini just wants to jump on you. But I just found with him, it was so difficult. 1 minute he would play games. The games that he played was so fucked up. I remember one time he messaged one of my friends on Instagram, yeah, and then he started this whole conversation with her, deleted the beginning of the conversation, and then screenshotted and sent me everything afterwards, so everything she said. So when I did my research, now if you know anything about Gemini, we are not jealous people. We ain't got time to be jealous. We love ourselves too much to be jealous, especially a Gemini woman is never jealous of another woman. We will embrace another woman and uplift it. It's a woman, if I'm with a man and we see a woman and she's playing and she got a big batty or whatever, I'll be like, if you don't want to fuck her, I will. Do you know what I mean? But it's with Taurus, the Taurus energy, they know how to make a bitch jealous. So he did that. He screenshotted the whole her part of the conversation. And I'd already asked her, I already said to her, oh, you know so-and-so. And she was like, oh, no, I don't know him. He's just on my Instagram. But then, hang on a minute, I'm seeing this whole conversation between the two of you. And then when he saw me get mad, he saw me get angry, he triggered me, pissed me off, he laughed and thought it was really funny. And I was like, why did you do that? And he said, I just wanted to see
he's laughing, Chiddy.
Yeah,
he can relate.
He said, I just wanted to see you get mad. He said, I wanted to see that passion in you, that fight. I wanted to see if you would fight for me. They need that, it's almost like, I don't know what it is for
validation.
But they need that validation. And he was so but he loved really hard. But you know what? The process was so hard and I was tired of the game. So I had to say to him, bro, it's been amazing, but fuck you kind of thing. And I had to move on. That's another thing with Gemini women. We move on quickly. We keep it moving. You know, when you show us, yeah, that you're a dickhead, it's like, bye, and I ain't looking back. I ain't going back. I've changed 20 times since then. Yeah. So if you try, like, when the path comes knocking, a Gemini will never answer. A Gemini will never be interested because she, especially a Gemini woman, she's a free spirit, so she's already moved on. But if a Gemini woman gives you her energy, then it's everything to her. Do you get me?
Maybe we start messages.
Aries is quite the same. Go on.
Aries is very similar.
Got Artist Substance, pick up yourself. She says Aquarians are the best. Relly 365 says hello everyone. Miss Pinky 19 says big up Geminis. Lucas Costo says tarot reading. And Ree 86 says hello.
Hey,
Ree.
This one from Anonymous, which is not actually on the screen, I'm just telling you, says Tauruses are the best.
I think that's my brother.
Actually, it's made up. I'm saying it, but
it was sticky.
So, guys, I mean, obviously, so the topics for this evening.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm ready for this one.
Wait, hold on. Are we going to start a new topic?
Yes, I was going to say, should we start a new topic?
Let
we do it at 11?
Pause the Insta Live, because it's almost an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll start a new topic.
Huh? So I know what we're coming back with, Sticks.
We're going to talk about what men want.
No. We're starting off with what?
What women want.
Men want.
What women want.
What women want, yeah?
What Sticky wants. That's what we're going to be talking about.
What Sticky wants.
Oh, what does Sticky want?
So you're not ready what I want. Olivia, what are you saying? Right, so guys on Insta Live. Guys that went Insta Live, give us literally 1 minute.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the
Guys on Insta Live.
Before we do the star sign conversation, what star sign has the best sex and which star sign has the highest sex drive?
Gemini! Oh, listen!
Aries has the best sex. Aries has the best sex. Aries has the best sex.
And who has the highest sex drive?
What?
What star sign has the highest sex drive?
Gemini.
Aries.
And the best sex drive. And the highest sex drive.
Didn't you just see how I came in with the song? Let's talk about sex,
yeah.
baby.
Aries, yeah?
Bit of a giveaway.
Daddy, you look so innocent, but I see you.
Somebody recently said that to me, Ashley. Somebody very close to me said exactly the same thing this week. You look so innocent, but I'm figuring you out, and there's a lot more than meets the eye.
I'm trying to tell you.
Just so you know, Tuki Mundo says Gemini, and Relly 365 says Pisces.
Oh, Pisces.
Pisces. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Pisces is sensual. Pisces have you, like, forgetting who the fuck, like, you are, what your name is, where you at.
Pisces are nasty.
Swimmers.
Wet.
Pisces, you be like,
What is it? You know what? Licky the Jewish what? Remember that? That's the Pisces. That's the Pisces.
They'll eat your ass.
Pisces has no filter. Pisces is going for it. Like, Pisces is like...
What months are Pisces?
They do everything.
When we come back, I'll tell you the story.
Pisces will change your life.
Pisces will change their life. They got no boundaries.
No. Let's go and come back. Let's go and let's come back.
Yeah, we're going to go and come back. We're going to talk about what women want, what men want. So we're going to have more.
I'm going to make a quick trip.
I see that the people are getting excited about the sex talk. So look at
All right, yeah, so guys on Insta Live, give us literally 1 minute because the Insta's going to stop. It's been an hour. So I'm going to stop it and restart it. Give us 60 seconds.
I'm out of my wine, Titty.
That sounded crazy.
I'm drunk. I've been drinking all day, guys. Like, seriously, I've been sipping like I'm out now. I thought I was in a club at one point. It was really bad.
I'm about to light up. Shit.
I gotta do shit after this. It's still a daytime.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, isn't it?
I gotta go to the store and shit.
I've never been to the store
This
before.
is crazy.
It's just things I want to experience. I want to go to a store. I want to go to a mall. I want to go. You know
We
what I'm
need
saying?
to come and visit. We need to come
I've
and
only been
visit.
to a shop and you get me?
Actually, I had a dream last night that I was in New York.
Whoa.
Really?
That's where you are. Yeah. And I was doing this singing audition, and I was with this new boyfriend, and his sister was there. We had a big bust up, and I left the hotel with just my bag, left my suitcase, left my charger, left my makeup, left my and I couldn't remember the hotel. I couldn't remember the name.
Oh my god.
That sounds like
Have
a
you been to
nightmare.
New York?
It was.
Guys, we're back, yeah? We're back live.
Okay, hey, we're back. We're back.
We are back
We're back and we're better.
live.
I wish I could see everybody on the same screen, but for some reason it won't let me.
Are you using your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can only see 4 people.
Yeah.
Before I can.
So so this is part 2.
Where's
Second
Billy?
hour. The
Let's
magic
get comfortable,
hour.
girls. Let's get comfortable.
We are going to now discuss and talk about what men want. But this is what we're going to do.
We're talking about what women want.
Women. Okay, sorry, I'm really sorry.
It's just more,
Okay, so what
Yeah.
women want.
It's more women.
Okay.
You don't outnumber us, yeah? You don't outnumber us, yeah?
Okay.
So take
Okay, so what women want. So before we actually go into it, can I just say that me and Olivia did an amazing discussion the other day for Olivia's YouTube page. I will be putting up a little snippet, a little sneak peek on my page of that discussion. Just a little tiny bit, only a little bit, just so you can just get your feet wet. And then I will put the information and the details, the link in my bio. I've always wanted to put a little link in my bio. Now's my chance. So I will be putting that up. But it was an amazing discussion, and it was titled "What Women Want." And you know, I spoke to a couple of my male friends about it, and they said, "I bet you were just bashing men." But honestly, we weren't. It was we really weren't. Like, we were really open and honest, and it was so beautiful. And we, you know, we're grown, so we ain't gotta really. We're not gonna publicly cuss men, because we're not gonna do that shit, because we're grown. But you know, when you've got a little 5 minutes, I will put it up. I will beg Ashley to repost that shit on the TruuuTalk podcast page. I'll pay him a little tenner so he can do that. And yeah, just go and take a look, because it was really, really interesting. Yeah, it was very interesting. So, what?
Wait. Can I jump in there quickly?
Kush,
You know, you mentioned the YouTube page.
Yeah.
Olivia, do you want to tell everyone what the YouTube page is?
Yes.
What did you say?
So do you want to tell everyone what the YouTube page is?
Yes, it's Olivia the Bull. It's just like my Instagram, except without the underscore. So it's Olivia the Bull. And I have like lots of tarot stuff on there, but I'm starting to include more girl talks about all the stuff, like what women want, and like I have all this stuff on there. So check it out.
Sex.
We need more sex talk on there. We definitely do. This is the segue.
This is the segue.
It's important. It's important to know. It's important to know, I think, who you are, whatever way you find out, and then therefore I think every woman's gonna know that they want different things. But I think the common theme is what we were talking about from our own perspective, what we want. We talked about lots of stuff. We talked about friendship. The funny thing is, I pulled 2 cards. I didn't think I would talk about them, but I pulled 2 cards before we got on this call. And it's funny because I pulled 2 aces. So for women, I pulled the Ace of Pentacles, what we want, which means solid, consistent, security, assurance, like 100%. The lock to the phone, like, you know, like key, solid thing. And then I pulled the Ace of Fire, which is passion. So like men are more focused on passion and like more of like the feeling like, oh, and women are like, I like you, but where's the bag? What are you doing? How long is it gonna be? Like we want security even though we want passion, but long term I feel like we want like something solid.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just
I agree.
what a fool.
I think for me, the most important thing is communication, trust, honesty, loyalty, sex, love, money. No, I'm joking.
Get that money, girl.
Say it, girl.
No, definitely communication, loyalty, and trust for me.
Beautiful.
Star
Kitty,
signs
what do you want?
definitely come into it.
Me? What do I want? Or what do I need?
We did talk about that. We talked about want versus need.
Yes, definitely. And when I say, like, when it comes to needing, can I just put it out there and can I just say, I don't need shit.
Nada.
I don't need nothing. Because, you know
Word.
why? Because I got everything that I need. I'm everything that I need.
Yes.
But if I want you, then it's a game changer, isn't it? Because I don't want nothing, really. But if I put it out there that I want you, or I show signs that I want you, then it's for real, isn't it? It's not. I think we get to an age where, like, I've always played games, and I'll be honest with you, because you're a gang, and I'll tell you, like, I've always played games when it comes to affairs of the heart and stuff. And it's not because I don't set out to go around hurting people. It's just that I do it. I went through a stage where I just wanted, I'd say, like, do you know what? I'm going to hurt this person first before they hurt me. Because that, I think it's just to do with, like, past traumas and experiences and whatever. But I think you come to a certain time in your life where you actually think, nah, do you know what? The game is boring now. It's time to stop. Let's be honest with myself. You know, and I think once you do that, it's quite easy to figure out what you want. It's like, for me, all I want is just, like, somebody who knows where they're going in life. Do you get me? Somebody who's got goals, who's got aspirations, who's got a vision, they just know, and they know themselves. It don't matter if you ain't got, like, loads of money. I don't give a fuck, I got my own money, innit? Like, if you ain't got money, I will help you. That's just how it is, and that's just who I am. But it's like, if you don't know where you're going in life and you haven't got a vision, to me, that's very unattractive. I don't like people who talk a good game. Like, there's a lot of people talk a good game and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but then you just look at them and you think, but you're not doing anything. You're not moving. You're not progressing. You're not even changing as a person. You're actually there and you're just stuck. I don't like people who are stuck. I like people who are moving, who know what they want to do with their lives, and people who have got, like, you know, men who have got their family orientated and just those kind of things, and they want to work and they actually want to get up and do something. It's for me, they're the main things, and friendship. They have to be my friend. If we ain't homies, then fuck you. I can't do it. It can't happen to me. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
I was going to say, do you think most people play games, though, in a relationship nowadays? Do you think?
Oh yeah, 100%. I was saying on the discussion with Olivia, this generation scares me. I've been too scared to even connect with somebody in this generation because it's weird, isn't it? Like, the things that people are attracted to, I think people are very superficial. They're very attracted to the outer shell. And the outer shell of 99% of people these days is very fake. It's not even real. You went and bought that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think when something is when something's authentic and when it's real, you can't buy that. There's no amount of money in the world that can purchase authenticity. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and I also find as well, for me, because I'm a very open person, free spirit, and I'm very honest about who I am and things that I believe in, I find that people are scared of that. It's almost like they don't like it when people are real, or they can't accept it. They don't know how to handle it. So I'm the type of person, it takes a very special person to be able to handle me and to be able to absorb me for who I am.
Yeah. To back that, Chid, we had a similar conversation before, didn't we? And I said that I think a lot of men feel quite intimidated by a powerful woman. You know, a woman that's got her shit together. You know, she's got her own home, her own car, her own career. You know, I think a lot of men feel a little bit intimidated and think, well, where do I fit into all of this? And what can I bring to the table? I think it can be quite difficult for men these days to enter a relationship. And then I find, from my past experiences, men that have come into my life, not many, but there have been, you know, one or two, they seem to be quite competitive and guarded, and that's why they tend to play the game, because they don't want to get hurt. They think I'm quite full of myself, and but I'm not. You know, I am quite shy, even though I can be confident. I am quite shy in a relationship, you know. But I think from experience, I would say that anybody that I've sort of come into contact with feel quite intimidated and quite. And it's not what I like. I don't like that. I love confidence.
It's so unattractive. But this is what I'm saying. But I was going to say, I was going to touch on what you just said there when you said about, you know, people looking at, like men looking at it as competition and stuff. This is why it takes a special man. He has to be confident. He has to be able to use his voice. He has to be able to, like, for me, yeah, like, I like a dominant man. When I say that to people, they're like, how the fuck do you like a dominant man? You're a dominant, like, you're so alpha female. Like, they don't get it. But like, I am only alpha female because I've had to be. I've had no choice in the matter. Like, I lost my dad at a young age, so I never really had a male influence there. And then the male influences I had in my life were very toxic. They weren't good. So I've had to take on that masculine and feminine energy, and it's been really, really difficult in the sense of, so for me to invite a masculine energy into my life, it has to be on certain terms. And I don't like setting certain terms. I don't like, you know, doing that kind of thing. But because of my experiences, I've had to be that way. So I like dominant men. But when I say dominant, I don't mean in the sense of you come and fuck me up. You get me? Beat me up and shit. It's not like that. But I like a dominant man who will tell me, no, Chizzy, you're wrong, and put me in my place and use it to uplift me and help me to progress. You know, that kind of thing. Don't come and try and shut me down. Don't try and make me be like the person that I'm not. Allow me to be free. Allow me, again, that goes with my star sign. Allow me to be free. Allow me to express myself in the only way that I know how. But at the same time, be able to put me in my place. If a man can't put me in my place, I ain't going to respect you. Like, and it's not, I'm not being horrible.
That's one of the most unfair things women say. Like, oh, I want a dominant man, but I don't want my man to tell me what to do. I want a man to put me in my place, but but you can't talk to me like I'm an idiot. Like, it's so contradictory that it's almost unfair.
You know what I think, Ashley? You know what I think between you and Chitty, like, and Nadia, what you guys said is that I think certain words are triggers to us. So, for example, she's saying put me in my place, but she really means I want a man that has a boundary that I can't cross. Because if I can cross that boundary, I won't respect you. So, but there are women who are like, tell me what to do. And it's like this contradictory, but I feel like with her, she's saying like, I know I'm a lot of energy. It's who I am. It's not going to change. At work, I'm masculine. With my daughter, I'm masculine. I've been forced to be masculine, even though I'm authentically very feminine. And I just want to know that there's like a safe container for my energy to be in. It's like, I know I can be myself and you hold space for me. So for some women, it might be toxic where they're like, oh my gosh, like, woo, 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 but they like all that stuff. But I feel like for the people on this, I really feel like women just want to know that there's a line they can't cross. They just want to know that there's this safe space for us to be like the water and the men are like the container. So whatever the personality, every woman's different, but it's like you want to feel, it sounds like you want to feel emotionally safe. Like you got the money, you got your stuff, like you got it together, but women who are powerhouses, we just want to know that we can be, like, for example, we're all business women, we're all doing our thing, and it's like we're always like, so when we have a weak moment, we don't want the guy to think that we're falling apart. We just want you to hold space for us. It's like, I know you're Superwoman, but like when I'm crying, it's not because I'm weak. It's just because I just need to be with someone that I feel safe to be vulnerable. When I'm pissed off and I need to yell and cuss at someone, it's like, it's like, oh, she just needs a release because she's always so strong. She's always so masculine. So I think it's so attractive when a man can see a woman like super fucking ambitious, like going after that, and then at home be like, or angry, or sad, or horny, or whatever. It's like, and then to just be like, I got you, like just peaceful, just like I hold space for you. Like, I think that's so attractive.
Yes. Wow, I love that, Olivia. That is exactly what women want. You heard
so man
her.
gotta be a can, yeah? So man needs to be a can, an empty can that holds liquid, yeah?
No, container, Ashley, container.
Okay.
If a man can be solid, just be solid. Just be solid. Like, every man wants to be solid anyway. They want to be like, oh, look at my girl. They want to be solid. And it's like women just want to be able to feel, even if they're strong, even if they're Oprah. Oprah want to come home to Stedman and be like, look, I can't stand these niggas. Like, she wants to do that.
Yeah.
And she probably does. And even if she doesn't want to get married or whatever, it's like you want a man to just like hold emotional space. Like, I can pay my own bills, and if you pay them, cool, but I don't need you to.
Exactly.
Because I've had guys who've like, oh, hey, what's your bill this month? And I'm like, no, I got it. And he's like, here, I put the money there. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of nice. I don't need it, but I like it. I'm a Taurus. I like it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Go on, Ash.
No. I'll just reply to that. The shit. I'll take it. You get it? I get it. If someone wants to give it to you, there's no reason not to take it.
Your message. Deji says, I think naturally women crave dominance and men crave submission. And Shanti Abbey says, well said. I think talking about Olivia.
Yeah. Lovely. I think.
Well, what do you?
It's definitely. We can't obviously speak for all women, but I would say the women on this group at the moment, we're all quite similar, like you say, Olivia. We're quite business-minded, independent, strong, confident women. Not all women are the same, like not all men are the same. So there are some women that are more submissive and are more reliant on a man, financially, physically, mentally, so we can't really speak for all women, but I would say, depending on what type of woman, what star sign she is, it's gonna be different, isn't it?
Definitely, I totally agree, and that's like when it's really important, I think, to know yourself. Like, you're an Aries, like you're naturally like Aries women. Like, there's like this, like every sign's got their like stereotypes, but like it's general. It's not so specific. But Aries women are like kind of like that like a butterfly that you want to catch. Gemini too. You guys have a similar, like, it's like very alluring. It's like, oh, I want to catch one. Like, if you can lock down an Aries, a Gemini, or a Sagittarius, it's like, whoa. It's kind of like this fiery, passionate, but it's like once you get one, it's like, man, you're really lucky. It's like, but some women are very emotional, and some women are very like hard on their sleeve, and they want someone to provide, and it's like, it's different for every person. But I think it's really attractive when a man me and Chid, we talked about this. We said I think one of the most attractive qualities of a man, and this is just my personal bias, is to be inquisitive. If you don't know, ask. Hey, how was your day? Hey, did you change your hair? Hey, just ask questions. If you don't know shit, if you don't know nothing, just ask. And a woman will just talk, and you'll find out what she wants. Just ask her.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's true. I don't think there's any specific thing that any woman wants. I think there's definitely different type of women that want different type of things. And some girls, they don't want you to do nothing for them, and some girls want you to do everything for them. And you know what I'm saying?
What type of woman would you go for then, Ash? What type of woman would you go for?
To be honest, yeah. How I used to be, I'll be honest, yeah. How I used to be, I just kind of used to go for girls that was after me. So if you like me and you're onto me, you got a chance. You get it? So it wasn't like I used to sift through. I used to pick what my particular type of girl. I used to just be like, if this girl makes herself visible enough, yeah, then I'll give her a chance. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really even like I was picking girls for any particular reason, or I was saying I was this kind or this kind of girl I'm compatible with. I wasn't thinking like that. I was just thinking like, okay, all of these girls come to the end. They're all trying to get man's attention. Okay, which one? Okay, I'm gonna move to her. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of how it was.
But would you say
now,
you kind of go for a certain type?
I did have a certain type, yeah, because obviously I'm a professional person now, but I come from an environment which is very street, yeah. So I kind of felt like I needed a girl that was a little bit street, just so she kind of understood me. That's how I felt. So I used to feel like I needed to be with a girl that was a little bit street, that kind of understood the hood a little bit. So it wasn't too much of a culture clash. You know what I'm saying? That's how I used to think. And then I realized it's not really that. And I tried to be with a girl that was like not hood at all. And it worked for a little while, but at the same time, it was a little bit like, I can't be myself. Because when I'm if a girl's a little bit hood, I can be like, "Right, you're pissing me off," like, allow it. And she's not going to be like, you get me? Take it to heart and be like, "Right, you spoke to me a bit rough," like, you know what I'm saying? When the girl's got no hood in her whatsoever, you feel a bit like you can't really be yourself, can't really be too harsh, you can't really say what I'm thinking. I've got to say everything in a nice kind of way. You know what I mean? So, yeah, maybe I wasn't really looking for compatibility like that.
What about Sticky?
Yes, Sticky.
What's the question?
What kind of woman do you want? And do you have a certain type? Olivia. I agree I would go for Olivia too.
Can't argue with that one there, Sticks.
Can't argue with you there, Sticks.
What's the truth, Sticky?
Come on, Sticks.
Right, so I'm going to go left a bit. Right, so I honestly think that women don't know what they want. And I'll tell you why. I think there's... No, it's true. I think there's too many variables. So, for example, if you ask a woman, like it's Friday today, right? You can ask a woman, like, Chidi, what should you have for dinner? And Chidi will say, you pick. Right? Standard, ladies, yeah? Standard. You pick. So, you might say, oh, let's have a pizza. What did women say?
I don't want a pizza.
Nah, I don't want a pizza. All right, cool. Let's go for Chinese. Chinese. Cool. All right. Let's go for Indian. Nah, I had Indian during the week. What do you want? Oh, let's go for a pizza. The mind doesn't...
Sticky, I gotta stop you, Sticky.
No, wait. I got more. As I said, too many variables. Right, check this. If you ask a woman what her favourite thing is, so whether it be favourite shoes, favourite outfit, what's a common answer? Come on, ladies. What's a common answer?
Okay, so depends where we're going.
Perfect. It depends. So you can't win. There's too many variables if it depends. How can you win? How can we know what we want if it depends?
Being
don't know what they want. How are we supposed to know?
How are we supposed to know? It changes all the time. Basically, what they're saying is art every day.
Because Chitty said it so well. That's when the dominance comes in. If you know you got an indecisive girl, we're having pizza tonight. What's she gonna do?
That's right.
And she'll be like, okay. And then she's gonna eat the fucking pizza.
Yes.
Ash.
Exactly.
Ash, how many times have you heard a woman say... How many times have you heard a woman say, no man can tell me what to do or what to eat? Don't tell me what to do. You're not my mum.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I don't play that game with no woman in my life, bro. I don't play that game. I used to. But you see now, I've reached a level in my life where I'm like, hold on a fucking minute, yeah? I do everything I'm supposed to do. I beg you not to give me some respect out this month. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't play that. I'm not I'm not as gentle with the women in my life as I used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Can I
You're
just
right.
come back at Sticky on this one? Okay. So I think what it is for women, most of the responsibility is on us. So to make the decisions. Might be wrong, but I think, you know, if you're going to say, what am I going to, like Olivia just said, you know, make the decision for us sometimes. Let us have a little break and just be, like Chizzy said, be dominant, be the decider, you know. I think sometimes I feel like a lot of the pressure is on us to kind of keep things together.
Hold on, actually, let me counter that. Sorry, hold on. Remember, your common answer is, it depends. It depends. We can't win with it depends. We just can't win. It's impossible.
You know what I'm going to say, Sticks, yeah? Just to defend them a little bit, yeah? I think, yeah, they would tell us exactly what they want if they genuinely thought we would do exactly what they want. You know, like that? Because this is what I'm clocked, yeah? You see, like, when you start being more consistent, because I never used to be consistent. I used to be like, yeah, I want to do that. And if I don't want to do it, I just don't do it. You get it? But now, if I say I want to do something, I always do it. Yeah. So when people want something from me, they don't feel a way to say, yeah, I want this, that, to the point where it's all annoying now. Do you get me? Like, I wish people would feel a little bit awkward to tell me what they want, but they don't, because they know I'm going to actually try and do it. I think if more men actually did what they were asked to do, women would be more clear about what they want. That's just the defense.
That's fair. Okay, so what do men want? That's
Hold
the
on.
question.
Wait. Let me read a substance message. She says you can't compare relationship wants and tangible things.
Yep. That part.
You better stop that kicking. Get out of there.
What does that mean? What does that mean, bro? Like, with that part, what's that?
What does that mean?
Explain that, because I don't get
that. It means yes.
No. I need a deeper explanation in that. What does that mean?
So,
you can't compare relationship wants with tangible things.
Because
but a lot of relationships are tangible things, though. So explain that to me.
So for example, if how we said Sticky, of course, as a guy, he used like dinner, like a surface example. Women, we were using emotional examples. We were saying, hey, when it comes to what we want, like loyalty, consideration, we said all these things, these emotions of what we want. So when it comes to emotions, be very inquisitive. But when it comes to surface level objects, like where do you want to go eat? What do you want to do? That's a really good chance to be dominant, because those things don't matter as much to women. We care about the meaning behind things. So we care about, like, you know, the text in the morning, the consistency, the love making, the styles, the acknowledgement, the acceptance. And then they like, okay, what are we going to do? You guys care about the surface. We care about underneath. So if you can be more dominant with the surface, we really don't give a fuck about that. We care more about the emotion, about you taking the consideration to, you know what I like to eat. You decided. Boom. That's emotional off my head. So it is kind of separate. That's how I interpret it, but I don't know. Like,
no, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. So the emotional side and the tangible things. That makes sense.
Go on, Stick, because I know you want to chat some shit on the live. So chat your shit. What was all that shit you was talking
By the
about?
way, Stick, we'll have pizza tonight, Liv.
Yeah, good.
Make sure I'm
gonna order pizza, and I'm gonna hashtag all of these. You're like, hashtag buy the fucking pizza.
There you go. So check this, right? Olivia made some good points. However,
yes.
However, I've kind of lost my train of thought.
Olivia had some good points. However,
shit, that's why.
Olivia had some good points, but
they weren't good points. But I forgot what she said. Liv, what did you say?
She said about the emotional side.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Thank you. So she says, we want a man that does this, that, and the other, right? However, all those men you want are too nice and are in the friend zone. Get out of there.
Oh,
I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for it.
What do you consider the friend zone?
The guy that you're not dating, the guy that wanted you and had all the things that you want, You said he was too nice.
Oh, because we had a side conversation. Me and Chitty did talk about this. I said that there's some guy. Some girls say nice guy versus bad guy, and I was saying I feel like it's more boring guy versus intriguing guy. Because not every nice guy is boring, and not every intriguing guy is bad. But I think we always I feel like boring guys aren't inquisitive. They just show up. They want you to decide everything. They don't really care about what's going on in your life. They just like, oh, it's pretty, like, let's smash, or hey, let's go. It's like, I feel like I haven't had an experience where a guy has tried not even so hard, but like just tried a lot, and I'm like, oh God, no, you're so boring. I've had a guy who maybe thought he was, and I vocalized, this is what I need. I need this, and it just couldn't give it to me. And I've been trying to be really vocal, because I'm not going to just cut you off without telling you. Like, now I'm like, hey, I don't think we're that compatible. Like, hey, and Chid knows, because I just had a situation, and I tried for I just kept trying to say it, and then he said, yeah, you know what, I have been a little standoffish. I need to do this. I need to fall back. I think we should just be friends. And I'm like, that whole time I was feeling it, but I couldn't really put my finger on what it was, and then he confirmed it when I told him. So then it was it just wasn't going to work out.
Kids, before we come on to you, it's going to be a message quickly. Substance says, men want to ask you what we want for dinner, but can't tell us what it is. And Shanita Abbey says, haha, I love you guys. Obviously, she's talking about me, but anyway. Kids, what do you think?
We love you, girl.
We love you too. I think the man should say, babe, tonight I'm going to cook up a storm. I'm going to cook for you. And this is what we're having.
Yes.
Have you got any allergies or dietary requirements?
You get me? It ain't hard. I'm a vegetarian. I eat fish sometimes, or I'm a pescatarian. As long as you cook me that, I'm cool. Do you get me? It ain't
He's in the friend zone. He is in the friend zone.
No.
No, he's ticking boxes. He's trying to marry me.
But I do feel like I have
material
seen a lot of girls,
husband.
a lot of women go for guys that are not good for them. And then when the guy that's nice and the guy that does the right things, and he might not be as good looking as the other guy, but he don't really get a chance. You know what I'm trying to say?
Thank you.
Yeah, but doesn't that work both ways?
I've even been in situations where I'm the guy thinking, why are you coming to me, bro? Why are you gonna come to me? And this guy really you get what I'm saying? The girls like when you don't want them. It's dumb. Like, girls enjoy feeling like they need to get your attention, rather than someone who's already giving them the attention. Not all girls, not all girls, but I've seen it, and we've all seen it. If we're honest, obviously we we're both male and female, so we want to be on one side. But if we're honest, we witnessed it.
Well, there's fuck boys and there's fuck girls. So it's like, once you're used to it, you're like, oh, I can see that a mile away. Like, she's just gonna be into me, and like she's gonna let me cook for her, and then she's gonna F me, and then be like, oh, we're friends. So then you'll start to be like, because I think it's unfair sometimes that women, like, men are like, but there's girls who are like this, but girls deal with it all the time, and we still are like, I want to get married. Like, we know, we start to learn what the signature looks like if a guy is only interested in this. And I think guys, there's fuck girls too, like, and they'll.
But girls can't really tell that well. It's not like with guys, it might be easier to tell, isn't it? With girls, it's a lot more difficult. Girls are very, very good at lying. Man.
I agree.
A girl show you your face that she's the loyalist girl in the world. You might believe that shit. You get me?
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Her phone drops out her bag, and then you see, you get me, Damien sent a dick pic. You're like, oh, no, it's not her. She's not doing that. You get me? Like, with men, with men, you see how they move like that.
It's hard for men to hide it, but I have dated a Libra.
On the online moving. Like, with men, you know the type of man. You know that he's a man who's out there. He goes to the raves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
But actually, I have dated a Libra. Not saying all Libra men are the same, but I dated a Libra where he's like, hey, I want to be with you. Hey, here's the key to my house. Hey, here, meet my family. Hey, move in with me. Hey, all the things, like, waited and all the stuff, and was like the worst person I ever dated in my life. So I know, but he was more of a feminine guy, so I can see how men can get played by, they say all the right things, they do all the right things, But then after, in retrospect, do you look back and you always see the red flags when you look back. Like, so if you've had a girl that friend zoned you, you can say, well, maybe she did this, or maybe he moved me in too quickly. Like, why would you? That's kind of like a codependent thing, or like, kind of like, because I feel like after that, I didn't attract that anymore, but I was played hard. Like, I was played hard, like, for 2 years. But that was the first and the last, honey, because I was looking at, like, okay, like, how did I get into the situation with someone who was a con artist?
Guys, let me read some of the messages. Share my Realicia, I'm sure I'm saying incorrectly.
Share my
friend zone, a guy who cooks for me. Substance says, I agree. We give the good guys trouble and spoil the bad boys.
Thank you.
And Mr. 100 Likes says, true, send me the Zoom link.
Tell Mr. 100 Likes.
He's I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to beat him up. Yeah, I'm not even going to beat him up still.
Tell him to check Mr. 100 Likes. Check your DM.
Why are you bringing him in? Did I say you could bring him in today?
You know what it is? No, I don't care. I'm going to put it out there. I got a soft spot for Mr. 100.
Everyone does. Everyone does. Everyone bloody does.
I love Do you know what
he's a chip up your block, that's why, Ash.
I get where he's coming from. So I'm going to say...
You better be careful with that little boy, I'm trying to tell you.
But can I just say that I friend-zoned a guy. I friend-zoned a guy for a whole year. 2, actually. I friend-zoned 2 in the same year. I had a ball doing it. But you know what it was? And I'll be honest, I don't give a fuck. You're all my friends. You get me? I love you all. The one guy, he used to bring me food all the time. I love food. We all love food. He used to bring me strawberries. He used to bring cook. He was a good cook. Good cook. You get me? His cooking was on point. So he used to bring me food. He'd throw me, say, if you eating today, kid, man's cook food. Da, da, da. This guy used to drive far, yeah, to bring me food. I never slept with this guy. I never done nothing with this guy. This guy used to rub my feet. He used to do all sorts, yeah. And I never ever gave him the time of day. And do you know why? Because he was too fucking needy. He was like, he just got excited. And then do you know what? One time, I'm not even gonna lie, one time I did say, do you know what? I've been fucking about with this guy for a whole year. I've been fucking with his emotions, everything, yeah. Man cooked and everything. I thought, maybe this is D-Day. Maybe I might give him a little sample. Do you get me? And then he was there, and he said, like, and I said to him, he came over, and I did the whole fucking dress-up thing and everything. And I said to him, I'm gonna fuck you tonight, yeah? I'm gonna give it to you tonight. You're having it tonight, yeah? It's been a long time. Oh, he got so excited. Oh, it was disgusting. He was so like, he went in. He proper like, he tried to kiss me and everything. And like, man ate my face, yeah. And I said to him, whoa, please hold back. What's going on? And he said, I'm just so excited. It's been a whole, I felt like I was in waiting to exhale, yeah. He was like, it's been a whole year. Like, obviously, I've been fucking with him for a whole year, but we haven't done anything, and I'm just so excited. And he was kissing me with a bit of teeth involved, all kinds of madness involved. Yeah, this is it. Where there's a bad boy now, yeah. I'll be honest with you, a little bad boy, especially them South London boys, yeah. Swear because I was giving up on the first night because, yeah. And this is why. Yeah. And it's not because they're running game on you. It's because when a man is sexy and he's attractive and he's showing you his dominance and he's showing you, he might be a bad boy, and he might be all these things or whatever, but at the time, when it comes to sexual reasons, that shit is good. You can't say it's not good. That shit is fucking good. If a guy's showing you his fire, yeah, and he's saying, listen, this is, I'm on that, you get me? If I'm presenting myself to you and showing you certain things that I want, and you're gonna give it to me, choke me. I don't care. I love it. You get me? Let's be honest, we're grown people. So sometimes when a woman friend zones a man, it's because he's not showing that dominance. Sometimes it's a little bit pathetic. His behaviour is a little bit pathetic as a man. But then there are nice guys who, when they can be a nice guy.
You know what's mad? Yeah, bare man are gonna feel upset unless man's are real. Like only G's, like, you know that man that are that about that life. You're not gonna feel no way. You feel like, yeah, yeah, I know I'm that. You see, certain man are just not that though. What about them man there? Like,
Well, them man there.
Man there? Ain't
Them
they
man
not?
there.
Listen, I'm not talking for me, because I'm good. Like, do you get what I'm saying? If I know now, as I'm 29 now, yeah, 30 next month, yeah. If I want a gal, man can get a gal. It don't matter, man.
Bad
No,
man.
yeah. But what about the man that don't know that though? What about the man that are more reserved? What about the man that are more?
So,
Chitty, but you know, Chitty, the Chitty, you know, the person I was just talking to. I met this guy. He was really cool. I thought he was really attractive. We talked. It slowly built up. And then when it was about time, and I was like, let's do it. He was like, actually, I want to wait. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I want to wait. He's like, I don't just get intimate with people. Like, I want to see, like, and he was really open. And I was like, I had never had that before. So it was the reverse. It was the same. It was like, wow, he's got standards. He's got morals. Like, and then he wants to get to know me. And so I was just like, and it was the same effect as the guy who was just like pounce on it. Cause I was like, damn, it made me think, it made me get my emotions. And I was like, wow, that's really attractive. A man who can have any girl who's going to be like, actually, I want to wait. So I feel like it's both ends. It's like, it's just energy. It's not just like the bad boy. It's just the energy of that confidence, like confidence to say no or confidence to be like, hey, come here. Like, it's just attractive to me. It's like a man who's like sure about what he wants. He's not like playing all these games. He's like, hey, I want you. Come on. He's like, oh. Or if a guy's like, nah, I want to wait. I want to get to know you. A woman's going to be like, oh. Either way, we want to feel like that man is like, he knows.
Makes you wet. It makes you wet. Be real, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna back that, because like I said, there hasn't been many men, but you know, I was in a relationship for a long time, 12, 13 years thing, and I never knew where I stood. And then I've got a friend, so you know, they said that I think the best relationships start with a friendship first. I think, from my personal opinion, I think you have to be friends first, and it definitely helps. But you know, this guy, he knows exactly what he wants, but he's got morals, he's got respect, you know. And like Olivia just said, one of those that says, well, no, actually, I'm not going to do that because I've got respect for you. Let's wait, let's take our time, you know how I feel. That's attractive.
How long are you going to wait for, though? How long are you waiting for?
I'm talking, this is before. We're into the next phase now.
Zin,
waiting to exhale.
I gotta tell you,
it's not about, but it's not about the waiting. It's like,
what do you mean? I'm not waiting.
But a woman who tells a guy that she's gonna wait, a guy is gonna want that girl more, because he's like, dang, like,
yes,
it just does something to your mind.
Did you want that man more? How long did you want that man for?
I wanted him.
Did you wait until he was ready?
Yeah, I did. And it made me only want to, like, I feel like it's either way. I've had guys that I've had long relationships with that I hooked up the first night. I don't feel like it's like, oh, if you do or you don't. I think I look at things as energy. Like, how does it feel? How's that person? Like, I'm into that deep shit. I be swimming in the water. So for me, it's not like, oh, 1, 2, 3, ABC. It's like, this person is sharing something that's intimate with me, saying, hey, I want to wait. Like, I want to build something. And then a guy who's like, hey, I want you right now. Either way, it's my decision. But I feel like I've had it where I've been equally attracted to both guys. One I waited for, and one that was right away. And like both, it just depends. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I look at it as boring versus intriguing, because you can do nice things for me, but you still got to be interesting. You can't be like this yes man. Like, even I've had guys cook for me. He's like, here, grab the thing and start peeling the potatoes, or hey, like, you know, it's like, go watch TV while I cook for you. It's still like telling me, like, it's still like, I don't know, it's an energy thing. It's not just like a yes man, like, oh, I'm so nice, like, I don't have a backbone. It's like, it's still like a balance. Like, it can't be all one or the other.
But we want messages. Mick Locus says he had a boyfriend. That's Olivia.
Say that again.
About the guy. So they say he had a boyfriend.
Okay.
So, you know, he said he wanted to wait.
He's trying to say that Olivia's man had a boyfriend. That's why he didn't. That's why he wanted to wait.
Oh. that's what it is.
And
you can make a guy gay to want to wait.
No comment. That wasn't my comment. That was Mick Loco. And Substance says he better run after 30 days.
You better run after 30 days.
60
Why?
days.
Saying what?
Sorry,
Well, it
Dave.
wasn't that long. It was just like a couple of days. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think everyone's situation is different. You know,
Yeah.
it just depends on the person.
Yeah, I think so, because I think I had
definitely
different
is.
relationships. One I had, like, it was the first day, yeah, but I was with her for time. Do you know what I'm saying? And it was one of the most valuable relationships I had to learn a lot from it. Yeah, and then there was one where we literally waited for a month. So like, first she was on this waiting thing, and then I kind of felt like I wanted to do the dating thing. Like, I actually wanted to go out to bars and go out. You know what I'm saying? Because I never did that like that. Well, actually, I did that with the relationship I was in previously, but she was only kind of like not enforced it, but introduced me to it. Because I'm from the hood that we weren't really, you know what I'm saying? We was in there, come link me. It's man and do it.
Come meet me at my house.
Yeah. That's what it was. You get me? Like, if we're gonna roll out, yeah, couple gal, we roll out. We go. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it was. So there was no intimacy like that. So this girl kind of introduced me. The first girl introduced me to intimacy, like without sex. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though man was, to get me, we was having great sex, but I'm saying it was about us. Like, she was like, let's build memories, let's do things. You know what I'm saying? So in the next relationship, I was like, I wanted to try to do that this time. So that's why I wasn't really fussed, like, when we have sex. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really trying to pressure it. I was just like, oh, fuck it, let's enjoy, like, going places and doing things. And you know what I'm saying? So,
Friendship first.
Yeah. But still kind of got old. It got old fast, though. It got old fast, though. Not gonna lie. It got old fast.
Yeah. So did
I've been doing the sentimental trips way too long. Yeah. Freaking that for me, mate.
But I think it all depends on the individual and how you are mentally at the time. Are you repaired? Are you ready?
Definitely.
You know,
I agree with that. I definitely
you need to be open. I mean, obviously you don't want to be too open because you don't want to scare the other person off and say, like, I want to get married and, buy a house. So you need to but I think honesty is the best policy, and you need to be ready. And, but then sometimes it could happen when you aren't expected it, when you least expected it.
It's so true. It is so true. Because I did the whole dating thing. What year are we in? I think 2020. I don't even know where I'm at. Because I did the whole thing. I can't even fucking remember, to be honest. But I went through a long stage. I was celibate for 2 years, yeah. And, like, do you know, them 2 years were the best. It was the best time of my life, because for me, like, sex is an energy in it. So when you're sleeping with somebody, when you have a sexual exchange with somebody, you exchange energy with them. It's not just two people having sex again. So I removed that part. I removed that act from my life. And I was just dating people. I said on the discussion with me and Olivia, there was one point I was seeing 4 men at one time. I wasn't sleeping with any of them, but all 4. Do you know when I say they were on me? They were on my body, yeah. And it got to. I loved it and I enjoyed it, and it was good because I got to know all these different personalities, and I loved the qualities in each one of them. There was different things that I liked about all of them. But, like, the one guy, he was just too heavy. I just felt like I felt like I was in a whole relationship with him. I felt like he was my husband. It was way too much. And then the other guy, we were really close. We were really into the same things, but we clashed a little bit. And then for me also, it got very confusing because I was calling this one that name and this one another name. And I was always open with all of them. Like, cause my head is a bit fucked. So, like, but I was open with all of them, and I told them, like, this is what I'm doing. I ain't sleeping with none of you, but I just want to get to know all of you just to see what's good, innit? Because I just wanted to think sometimes when you take sex out of the equation, that's when you really get to know someone. Because I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Sex baffles your head, yeah. You know what? Like, do you know how many times have you been in a situation you're like, I'm not gonna fuck this guy, I'm not gonna fuck this guy. I've been in situations where I've battled with myself. Me and my Gemini self, I've had conversations where I'm like, I'm not sleeping with this guy. It's not happening. But then sometimes energy does take over. And for me, that was a fear because I just thought, well, what if I sleep with this person and then it's just that? what if we can't be friends? What if we can't talk afterwards? What if we can't communicate because we've done the deed now and then there's nothing else left? There's no substance to it. But I think if you can move beyond that, that's why I was having a discussion with my friend the other day. She said sometimes, you know, it's good to wait. Yeah, it is good to wait. I do believe that. But then sometimes energy takes over and you can't. But it's what you do beyond that. If you can still continue to be friends beyond that and still build something, then you're good. It's down to the individual, isn't it? But yeah, basically, I'm just trying to fuck.
Imagine, but imagine waiting. Imagine waiting. This is a real question now. Imagine waiting, say, I don't know, 3 months or more, and then you get down to the nitty gritty, and the sex is whack.
It's the worst. It's the worst feeling ever.
What?
That's rough, though.
Can I just say something, though? Can I just say something? I don't want the sex to be perfect on the first night, because then we've got nothing else to look forward to. We've got nothing to work on. That's my Aries star sign coming through now.
I'm like, oh, yes, we do.
You know, you need to... No, come on, let's be fair.
Hit it right the second time.
Let's be fair. I'm gonna put it straight out there. When I got with my partner, I won't mention any names, but on the first night, it was whack. I was in control and I was doing my part, you know, but it was whack. And he came back on the second night. I couldn't get rid of him, and it was okay. It was better then. And we worked on it. So you can, but I think sex is a major part of a relationship. If the sex is no good, then I think it's a bit of a relationship killer.
100%.
It's so true. It's a big part of the pie. It's a big part of the pie. Because I've done that where I waited. This guy, no star signs I'm gonna name, but this guy a while ago, we waited. We were friends. It was great. Like we had a mutual friend. I even spent the night, and we were like, okay, we're gonna it's gonna happen. And then it was just like, wow, 3 months, huh? 3 months of all this, man. Like, and but it wasn't because it was just whack. Or it was just bad, or it had nothing to even do with size. It was just like the chemistry wasn't there. So it just felt awkward. Because sexual compatibility and chemistry and energy is a thing too. You could be cool as friends, but then someone could be, it's an energy thing. It felt forced.
Yeah.
It's true.
Sorry, can I just ask a question quickly? Is there a problem with the podcast? Because somebody's just messaged me saying what happened to the podcast.
Tell them we're live again.
Right, I did say we were live. Okay. Amy, I hope you're back and you can hear us and see us. Send me a message if there's a problem. So yeah.
It is you know, it's difficult, and it's down to the different individual, different situations. You just don't know. You can go into things like, I've gone into things and I've never ever thought, I've been attracted to people, but it's not in a sexual way. Like, as a Gemini woman, I'm very sapiosexual. So that means I'm attracted to intellect. So if you speak well, and if you present yourself verbally in a way that I think, oh shit, that's what I'll be attracted to. So I'm not necessarily looking at you in a sexual way, but then also as well, it's got me into trouble because a lot of men, yeah, especially a couple of my followers, I'm not gonna lie, they think my part of my love language is to give out love, and I speak words of love, and I speak words of affirmation, and I'm acts of service. So if I say to myself, right, today I'm going to be kind to someone, I'm going to tell them the good qualities about themselves, people can perceive that as like, they say Gemini is a flirt, it's a big flirt or whatever. Like, personally, I don't really like people fucking touching me or coming by me, but like, I can understand how it can be perceived in a certain way, because I might tell a guy like, oh my God, you're beautiful. Oh my God, your words are magical. You're such a king. You're so all these things. And they're like, bruh, she's on me. Do you get me? They
take it the wrong way.
They really think I'm on them. Every fucking time. And do you know how many times I've been in a situation, and like, I was in a situation one time with one of my male friends, And like he tried to kiss me in it, and I was like, "Whoa, what are you doing, bro?" You get me? And he was like, "But I thought," and I said, "Nah, you got to." And he's like, "But you're always telling me I'm amazing, and you're always telling me that I'm." And I'm like, "But bro, I'm not. That don't mean if I was on you, you would know because I'm very direct. I'm telling you, I am trying to bounce on you. Do you get me? And I will say those words; they will come from my mouth. But like, it's like a lot of men." For a woman like me and my energy, I am addictive. I have got a very addictive personality, and they're like, but I always find do you know the men who are addicted to me? They're always the fucking wrong ones. Always the fucking wrong ones. And then do you know the ones that I am proper on, that I am trying to bounce on and give them the bestest, do you get me? They ain't even fucking looking at me like half the time. It's crazy.
It's the law of attraction.
It's definitely the law of attraction. And that's when I learned about the law of attraction. I thought, nah, I gotta be specific. I need to be very specific about what I want and who I want to attract, because I'm attracting all these motherfuckers. And like, I don't want you like that. I don't want you like that. And it's not because of you or because of who you are. It's just because I don't want you like that. I don't want to bounce on you. I might want to bounce on your brother or your dad.
We get mad. I just think we got to talk about what men want, man. Because I think
what do you want?
Sticky still has an answer.
Ash, wait.
Actually,
hold on. Before we go to what men want, right?
Yeah.
I just want to point something out. So you know, earlier I said that women will have a nice guy and then put him in a friend zone. I think you don't miss what Chidi was saying.
She basically solidified that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me, right? So what Chidi was saying, she said she had a nice guy, he would cook for her, rub her feet, and mess them about for a whole entire year. Whole year.
2 years,
you know what I'm saying? A good guy in the friend zone. Anyway, give me 1 sec. I'm back in a sec.
Chid, you stitched us up.
Sorry.
Well, that's when you go into search.
I need Sticky to let me in because I'm gonna swap over devices because my iPad's doing a madness.
There's different types of people, and I feel like if you feel like you've been taken advantage of, then it's like dial it back and see how that changes. Dial it back and give it to someone who's showing you that reciprocal energy.
Exactly.
I used to be very codependent. Like I was codependent. Like I didn't think I was, but I'm like, oh, we do everything together. But then it was just like, okay, I just started putting that little bit more energy into projects of my own. And then I got a job where I had to travel a lot and I didn't have as much time. And I started attracting better relationships. And it just like, I feel like if you feel like they're taking advantage of you, dial it back and you'll probably attract someone who you can give that to slowly over time and they'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
There are women who want that. There's some women who've never experienced that. There's probably some women out there that don't even think you exist right now. And they're like, oh, no, fuck that. No nice guys exist. I never experienced that. No one's ever rubbed my feet. I promise you. There's women who want you. It's just a lot of attraction. It's like, dial it back. I promise you. You'll start seeing that come in.
Definitely.
It exists.
It does. But I guess it's I don't even think it's a specific person. I think people just do things for different people. Because there's things I've done for some people that I wouldn't do for some people that I would. You know what I'm saying? Like it just depends on who it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? Every guy that get in their foot rubbed, I'm not gonna lie. Like it's not every guy like you're with that you want to rub their feet. Do you get what I'm saying? Or you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like you feel that kind of compassion for them where you get me. You wanna do that. So I don't even think it's a specific person. I just think it depends on who you're with. You get me? How much chemistry there is between you and that person. What kind of relationship you have. You get what I mean?
I think for me, like when the guy used to rub my feet and all that, like I think he had the foot fetish to be honest, because he always used to rub my feet already, and I'm not really on feet. You get me? I'm not really about it, but I just thought, shit, if you want to rub my feet. You get me?
But I think that's a very intimate action, isn't it? That when a man, I mean, there was a guy that did that to me. I won't say when or who, and I'm like, whoa, you know, okay, hang on a second. I haven't had a pedicure. I am, you know, they need some cream on there. Too soon.
That's happened. I thought the same thing about the guy, and I was like, whoa. And that's the thing. It's like, are you being intimate with me, or is that just what you do? You just rub feet. I might mistake it as intimacy, and you're like, oh no, I rub all of his feet. So I think everybody's feet. I rub everybody's toes.
It's when he puts them toes in your mouth.
It's crazy.
That's a fetish.
What people,
that's a fetish.
It's crazy because the different
definitely for fetish.
The different perceptions of intimacy is crazy because for me, intimacy is just fucking listening to me. Just listen to me when I'm fucking having a moment, when I'm having a little cry, when I'm just looking ugly. Like, just listen, right? When I'm having a moment, because I think I'm this chick 99% of the time. So when I'm having my little moments and I'm having my meltdown, just listen to me. Be my friend. Be that friend who's gonna. That shoulder that I can cry on, roll me a split.
Yeah.
Just take some chips. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. If you look ugly right now, you're gonna be pretty tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Can I say something?
Wash your face. Go in the bathroom. Wash your face. Come back.
Can I say something? Can you hear me?
Yes.
So you actually were saying, right, Ash? I'm sure you get back up on this. Have you ever had a situation where a woman will tell you there's a problem, and then you try to help with the problem, you try to fix it, and then have a go at you for trying to fix it?
Do that again, Stick.
You go in a situation where a woman has a problem.
Yeah.
They tell you about the problem.
Yeah.
You try and fix the problem. Yeah. And have a go at you for trying to fix it.
Oh, no, that's the problem. Don't fix it. Don't fix it. Just listen.
That's the thing. They don't want you to try and fix it. They just want you to.
Don't fix it.
They just want you to hear about it. Yeah, that happens all the time, bro. But
so what are you telling me? Why are you telling me about your problem?
It doesn't happen to me no more because I've become consistent. Like I said, so the women in my life, they tell me their problems for me to fix it. So it's a bit different now. They'll be like.
Did you hear what Olivia said earlier on?
Because they've learned that if you don't tell me something that you don't want me to be involved in, like if you don't want me to get involved in it, you don't want me to have an opinion about it,
True.
give it to yourself. And that's what they do. They're like, oh, don't tell me. Yeah, I prefer that.
Like Olivia said earlier on, we just want you to listen sometimes. We just want to vent. Sometimes. You know, we need somebody to listen, you know. And if we want you to take it to the next level and have our backs, then we will tell you, you know, it's definitely all about communication.
Yeah, because sometimes it's just like I'm having a day and I just want to vent to you, like, hey, but I think men sometimes get taken off guard. A woman are like, hey, how was your day? It's like, bleh! And like, they're like, whoa, okay. So sometimes, like, you know, like, I don't want to just like let loose, but sometimes, like, I think it depends on the nature of the relationship. It's nice to just be like, hey, like, I was having a day, like, can you come over, smoke me out, like, whatever, like, can we chill? And then sometimes I need your advice. But I feel like most of the time, women just want to talk.
But you know, can I say one thing about men though? Sorry, my guys out there. You lot are the shittest communicators in the whole world. Like, men do not know how to communicate. Like, a woman will pour her whole heart out. You don't know. Like, sometimes when a woman writes a text message, she's wrote that shit in her note, like before she's even messaged it to you. She's written it on her notes. She screenshotted that shit and sent it to her friend and said, what do you think about this? Should I send in this? And she's gone through a whole load of shit to express her emotions through a text message, to get, like,
cool.
In a text message to get, okay, Rick,
The worst one is SNM.
Say nothing.
Say nothing. I agree. Like, no, listen. All that is well and good. It's all well and good. But you know, sometimes, guys,
you're meant to say though.
Little bit of advice, just fucking acknowledge what she said. Like,
Acknowledgement.
I spoke to a male friend of mine, one of my best male friends, and he said to me, do you know what it is, chick? Because I'm going to tell you. Man, literally, we open the message, We see the whole paragraph, but we scan the top, we scan the bottom, we don't even read what's in the middle. We don't even see that shit. We just go, yeah. But this is the thing we meant. Like, you don't understand the emotion and it's hard sometimes for a woman to express herself. If a woman's expressing herself to you, she's put time and energy and effort into doing that. I don't care what type of woman it is, yeah? Whether she's very vocal or whether she's quiet or whatever. She's put time and effort into that. And if you cannot just give that, it doesn't take much energy just to read the message and just to deep it for what it is. And then, like, I'm not saying that you've got to reply with what you think she wants to hear, but just ignore it.
It is though.
No, it's acknowledgement.
Because
I feel like the best thing is just to call. If a girl sends you a long text message like that, just call.
Oh, no. The best thing is for her to call. You're the one who's got something to say.
Well,
I'm not
that's true.
Big man thing. I'm not calling you. Yeah, because I did not say that I needed to have this long conversation right now. Yeah, I didn't say that. I didn't say, well, I need to have a real emotional, deep conversation right now that's going to change my whole mood for the day. I need to do this right now. I didn't say that. So guess what?
Some guys like to text. Some guys like to text more than talk.
I'm going to pick up and I'm going to listen to you, and then they're going to get a natural reaction. But women know that. That's why they don't call you and say what they got to say, because they don't want a natural reaction. They want you to read the shit.
We want acknowledgement.
Think about the shit. And then think of
See it on paper.
Nice.
See it on paper. Look at it.
Okay.
That matches the paragraph. Like, you want something. If your paragraph was this, yeah, that's at least this. Minimal. You get me? You don't want to get me. Like, otherwise you would have called man and said, I would have been like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, natural response. Back and forth conversation. That's not what women do. Women going to send you a long paragraph like this and expect you to respond. What part am I meant to respond to? Yeah, I can't respond to a paragraph because this is not an essay and this is not a dissertation, and I'm not going to take references from parts of your speech. Highlight parts of your speech that I'm referencing. No, bro, it's not going to happen, bro. Yeah. Like that. And women know that. They know they're not going to do that.
Magical Brown says, I want a letter back.
I'm not at college. This is not assignment.
Anyway, move on from Ashley. Move on to Shakespeare.
Magical Letter says,
thou for art thou. Sorry,
move on,
I didn't get to read 7 paragraphs.
Let's listen to some of the comments. Go on, Stig.
Magical Browning, says, I want a letter back.
Hold on, wait, that's a
both
bad
sides.
boy name, you know.
That's my girl,
Browning.
Amy.
What?
What's she saying?
She says, I want a letter back. A4, both sides. But check this, right? Actually made a good point. You see what you're saying? Like, she wants to give you a whole paragraph of information, but as soon as you women tell us there's an issue, that you might say, oh, something happened at work, she said this, that, and the other. As men, we're going to try and think of a solution. But you don't want a solution. You don't want to say you don't want logic. You don't want a logical answer. You just want your answer.
No, I disagree.
I tell a gal, listen, don't talk to me about gal or about people. I don't want to hear about people. That's what I said. I just don't want to talk about people. I don't talk about people to people. I just can't do it. I'm like, listen, if you're going to talk about somebody, yeah, talk to your virgin about that.
This is when I'm going to fuck Sticky up now, yeah?
Oh, go on.
Nah, no.
Come on.
There's nothing to love. Sticky, I love you. You know that. But sometimes, yeah, as a woman, we just want you to listen. Even if you ain't really listening, just pretend to listen.
That's what I was saying.
You know, with a woman, yeah, when she's got it all off her chest, when she says what she has to say, it's done 9 times out of 10. You have got those women who go on a little bit and they'll keep repeating themselves. Like, I've done that, I've been that woman. But sometimes it's just, if I've held something for a long, long time, I will keep repeating myself until I actually feel better. But if you allow me to speak or allow me to get that shit off my chest from the start, it's going to be quick for you. And then it's going to then I'm probably just going to give you the best head ever.
Kitty, exactly.
It's going to be amazing.
I know. It makes so much sense.
Out. Literally, invite her over to the house, smoke her out, she's gonna vent, and then you sleep with her, and then it's over. Done.
Can I counteract that? That makes total sense, yeah, and I get that, yeah. But what if we explain that men want the total opposite? We don't want to hear nothing. We just want to chill. We just want to smoke. We don't want to even hear too much. We want something, and we want that amazing head, but we don't even want it. So, and it's like, what if we say that whole moaning, that whole wanting to complain to man, yeah? I'm not saying that men don't listen or they don't want to listen, but I'm saying hypothetically, yeah? Hypothetically, yeah? What if that was a turn off to men? What if men felt like, when she does that, bro, I don't even want the head no more. Like,
I agree with Ashley. I agree with Ashley. If it's too much,
I
definitely
put that whole energy away. Now I just want to go sleep because she just told man so much stuff and just moaned so much. Now I just want to sleep. I don't really want to do that.
I understand that.
Some girls are just bitching. Some girls are just bitching and they're negative and they have negative energy and you don't got time for that. But when you are into a girl, I'm talking about like intimate, like, and you're inquisitive in general, you're going to want to know. And most of the time, it's not a girl who's just bitching. It's just like maybe that's that tough girl who's always got it together. And maybe it's like twice a month. She's just like, hey, can you smoke me out because I had a rough day? And you'd be like, oh, okay. But I'm not talking about what the chronic, like, oh my God, this girl at work, like that stuff's petty. Like that's what you talk to your girlfriend.
Yeah. That's just headache. That's just
but it's hard to differentiate because both come. You get me? There's no, if you listen to your girl all the time, she's gonna tell you everything, bro. Like it doesn't matter if you don't like if you're open to if your ears are always open, she's gonna tell you everything. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like she's gonna be like, I'm only gonna share my important emotional feelings with you. You're gonna be like, I'm pissed off. This bitch at work's the dickhead. Like it doesn't matter what it is. Like I'm not saying you shouldn't be, but you see, like men don't want to be your friend like that. I don't want to be that kind of friend to you. If you're my girl, I don't want to be in your issue. Like I don't want to be in your issues because if something's a real problem to you, it's gonna be a problem to me. But if this girl's a real problem to you, I'm gonna go say something to her.
You want to solve it. You want to solve it for her.
But I think your best friend is supposed to be your partner and they are supposed to listen to you and they're supposed to have your back and you have theirs. It's 50-50.
You're supposed to, but then remember, it's just your best friend.
If you're coming to me moaning about Tyrone pissed me off tonight because, you know, he smoked half my drawers and gave me a penny and, you know, and my mother's been cursing me all day and blah, blah, blah.
But in the hood, people are going to react to that. You're going to say, what?
Babe, do you want a drink?
Are you down? Do you get me? Like, they're going to take that to heart. Like, what? You can't smoke my girl. I go beat up Tyrone, man. You get what I'm saying?
I'm going to go
Tyrone, man. Nobody just came out of jail. He's a little bit fat. You get me? You know he beats, man. You get me? He beats niggas up every day. You're going to go tell him Tyrone smoked half of your suit. Now he's outside Tyrone's house kicking off the door. You get me?
Yeah, nobody wants to be a trash can. Nobody wants to be an emotional trash can. Like nobody. No woman, no man. Like don't be a fucking trash can. Go to therapy. Like, talk to your friends, and then your relationship, like, strain that shit, and then if you have something to say to your partner, girl, guy, like, don't be an emotional trash can, okay? Don't treat nobody like that.
You can't.
Talk about what men want for a second. Should we talk about what men want, though?
Let's talk about what men want. Yeah.
We already know.
Tell me now. Sorry.
It's mad, yeah, because I don't think that...
Wait 1 minute. Wait 1 minute. Girls, drum roll. Go on, Ash.
Alright. See, this is sometimes I talk here and I forget that this is actually live and people are really listening outside of this place. You get it? Like people are actually hearing me outside of this conversation. But fuck it, I'm gonna be honest. You get it? I think that men like are visual creatures. Yeah. So what happens is men kind of if they've got options, men will take them. Yeah. Like like I said before, I said it when we were joking in the group, and I said some men want what they can have, yeah, and some men want everything. Yeah. Which is a mad thing to say, because for a women are gonna be like, that's not fair, you get me? Because if a woman wanted that, you wouldn't accept that. But it's a man. It's like if a man's honest. Like, I'm not saying that you're not going to find a woman and you're not going to dedicate yourself to her. You would, yeah. I'm not saying that you will, but I'm saying if you have the option, because you see, like some men in different religions, they will have 5 wives, yeah, because they have the option. You get it? Like, or some men will have 2 girlfriends if their girls allow it, if they have the option. You know what I'm saying? So men will if they have the option, they will have whatever they can. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is not, I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing, but I just feel like it's in man's nature. You get me? And that's just from an honest point of view. That's just like from a real primal male point of view. Not like in an emotional way, but I feel like just because I know that a lot of men try to get bare girls. So like, it's been a thing where men try to get women, innit? You know what I mean? It's not like people are not aware of it. It's like that's men that are considered like alpha males are because women are attracted to them. You know what I'm trying to say?
In response to that,
girl, we all quiet. We all quiet. We're just like.
Shit, that was a lot. No, but it's not a lot. It's nothing really. Like, so I just think it depends on the individuals. Again, I'll say that. Like, how can I put this? It's hard sometimes to know how to put things without sounding a bit fucked. But you can be in like a relationship. Like I was in a relationship before, and we were very happy, very content with each other. But then he said to me, what if we kind of invited somebody else into the relationship? Like not on a like a long-term basis, but maybe just to, because variety is the spice of life. Men love all types of women. I don't care what man you are. I think it's different for men. They do love all types of women, and they will be attracted to different women and different energies. Whereas a woman, where she's a nurturer, she's more inclined to be, unless she's a hoe, she's more inclined to be dedicated to one man. But I think sometimes in relationships, if we think of relationships in terms of energy, we have to be open-minded. So I just believe if you're attracted to your man and your man's attracted to you, and then you kind of see, or not even see, but if you're open to other energies coming in, or like the people who, like the men who've got like 2 girlfriends or whatever and stuff. I get it. I actually do get it. If we're thinking in terms of energy, I understand it, and I've had a lot of arguments and heated conversations with my female friends about this, because they're like, what, so you're saying you let your man fuck another woman? Yeah, why not? Because if it's a thing where you and your partner have sat down and spoken about it, and he's saying, like, I find this woman attractive, and if it could be on a grown-up thing, and on a grown-up level, and you understand it, then it's not for everyone. I'm not trying to promote threesomes, you get me? I'm not trying to do that. But I'm just saying that in terms of energy, we are all attracted to different things. But I think for men, they do like variety. I think if you're on a level with
I think men also need limits though as well, though.
Yeah, like, definitely.
Like,
oh yeah.
I'm not saying that just because men think that it should be like that. I'm saying that's how men, I'm saying men either want what they can have or they want everything. Do you get me? I'm not saying that it's a justifiable thing or that it should be like that, but I'm saying, go on.
Ashley, are you saying it's the same thing? Because it's like with women, it's like we want to know there's a line we can't cross. But with men, it's like you kind of want the same thing, but in different ways. Like you're going to be like, oh, look, there's blue, red, purple, green. But you want a woman who's like, is that what you're saying? That you want a woman
obviously you like, because obviously you're only gonna get what you accept in it. So if you don't accept it, and man, like, because obviously it's like this: if a man needs you in his life or he wants you in his life, he's gonna do whatever he can to keep you in his life, and you're gonna tell him what he needs to do in order to keep you in his life, isn't it? And that just comes when a man is in love with you like that. You know what I'm saying? When you love someone, you do things that you wouldn't necessarily want to do for that person. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's what most men do when they find a woman that they're in love with. They want to be married, they want to have children, and they want to build a family, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, as a simple male mind, innit? I'm talking about from the basis of it. If man want what they can have, or they want everything. If you can have everything, you're going to take everything. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, if I can have everything, I don't want to have it. If I can't, then obviously I can't. I'm going to take what I can get. You get me? And that's just the reality.
Sticky, is that what you think too? What do you think?
Sticky!
I was trying to read the messages. Sorry. There's a lot in there, actually. So my short answer is I want peace and quiet. That's simple.
You sound like somebody's grandpa.
Peace and quiet, that's all I want. But my long answer is there's valid points on both sides were saying, but I think it's also perception. So the conversation almost fed off to cheating, and it almost sounded like men cheat more than women. But I think it's perception. I don't think men cheat more than women. I think women cheat more than men. Men just get caught more. It's the perception, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on it. But what do I want? Peace and quiet. That's it.
Sticky just wants peace and quiet. Sticky's also the simple life. You know what I mean? It's
exactly.
But okay. So Sticky wants peace and quiet, but how on earth are you going to find a woman and have peace and quiet? There's just no way possible.
You know what I'm saying? Because then Sticky can't be upset about being friend zoned if you want peace and quiet, fam. You got to excite her a little bit.
No, I want peace and quiet. No, I ain't exciting no one. I want peace and quiet. That's what I want. Peace and quiet. Don't bother me.
So if you like peace and quiet, I don't think you're going to find somebody exciting if they're somebody quiet is not going to be.
But I'm trying to
bother you. Not quiet.
I'm trying to bother you. Like, as a woman in a relationship, or if I'm trying to build a relationship with that person, I do want to bother you. I want to push you towards your goals. I want to be your inspiration. I want to uplift you. I want to nag at you if I need to about the things that you need to, because sometimes men do need that little push, because men are just, sometimes I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But if I can give you that, like, as a woman, we are natural nurturers, so if I can give you that push and I can uplift you towards your dreams or your goals or whatever, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to give, that's not going to be quiet. It's not going to be peace and quiet. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm telling you fucking affirmations in the morning. To get me? I'm telling you to do this. I'm telling you to go fucking meditate. I'm telling you to go and do your vision, bro. Go and write down your goals. I'm gonna nag you to the point of no return if I know that it's gonna make you it's gonna help you gravitate towards the highest version of yourself.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So you ain't getting like Sticky. This is why me and you are never gonna win, baby. We're never gonna win. I ain't gonna give you peace and quiet.
I tell you what.
You're gonna get up from me.
I want all those things. No, I want all those things. I want, someone to push you and stuff. That's good. That's great. That's what you need. Togetherness, and you push one another. I want all of that without the nagging.
Nah, you're not gonna get it.
Oh no, I see, but Sticky, I see what Sticky's saying. Sticky's just saying that he wants the energy of peace in his relationship with someone who is a vibrational match with him. Someone doesn't have to be a quiet person. It seems like what he's saying. It's just you want the peace. Maybe you've dealt with a lot with people who are bitching. I feel like Chitty's talking about motivation, but I think he's saying bitching. You don't want bitching. You want to be with someone that you're compatible with, that is peaceful and a nice, loving person.
Yes. Yeah.
Boom. What she said.
I think you're right.
What Olivia said.
I think because I know someone like there's some sweet girl. Yeah, there's lots of sweet girls in it, but you see, I feel like sweet girls need a man like Sticky. You know, like that.
Yeah.
A calm man. Like a calm, caring man. Like a gentle man. You get it?
Yeah.
But girls that are like sweet and that, they like to go for guys that are a bit tough. You get me? And get kind of battered up, and that's not really good. You get me? But
True.
Is
it true?
Tough, mean guys, again. Y'all need to stop it. Y'all need y'all Sticky. Yeah. got DJ Sticky Fingers.
Sticky's a
Someone
good
sweet,
man.
someone nice, someone that's going to tell you. Are you
Actually, I wouldn't say I'm a good guy. I'm
You
just
are
showing my
a
good
guy.
side.
Ah, no, you are Sticky. I don't give a fuck.
Chitty, Sticky's undercover. He's
Sticky, nah, man.
brother.
He's slightly
He's a good guy, bro.
But he is sly, yeah, 100%. But at the same time, Sticky he's that guy in it. It's like Sticky's one of those people. He deserves like that woman who is gonna give him peace and quiet, the woman who's not gonna give him headache, the woman who's just gonna chill. That's what Sticky deserves. Like
Sticky's a lover, not a fighter.
I'm never not a fighter. Now see, I'm a fighter, but I'm a lover too. So I don't know, Sticky. Like, I don't know if you want to just holler at me. You got my number. We'll talk in it. I don't know.
I love it.
But yeah, I just think it's about motivating each other, and it's about uplifting each other. Especially if you're going to build something, then it needs to be built on the basis that you're going to help each other progress. If you're not helping me progress, and you're going to slow me down, then I'm going to run fast. Get me? I'm a big girl, but I'm fast. Like I can sprint, innit? I always just win. I'm still winning, innit? But it's just like I just think that, especially nowadays, people are not honest about what they actually want in a relationship, because sometimes they're a bit afraid of maybe I'm putting up too many demands on the person. But no, it's
I don't think most men know what they want like that when it comes to a woman, like, because we ain't really had those kind of conversations. Because you have to check it, like, who are we having those kind of conversations with? A lot of men don't even have dads and shit. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I think we're all too guarded.
Who man really talking to you, fam? My brother, you know what I'm saying? Not my brother, but older brothers and people, they weren't really telling man nothing about love or telling man nothing about their relationship ain't even good. And even if your dad is there, or you know your dad's got more youths that, you know what I'm saying, that got stepbrothers and stepsisters and shit. Like, relationships was never good. Man didn't see no good relationships growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't really like that. So who do you talk to about what kind of woman?
You talk to yourself.
What kind of girls are good?
You talk to yourself.
But I'm saying though, it's easy to say that. It's easy to say that, but that's not. We're told the opposite. You get me? It's not even like told. We're shown the opposite. We're shown like we're told not. Man, grow up like fuck bitches and don't love hoes, and you get me, money over bitches, and you get me, bros before hoes, and you get me, like, this is what man.
Social programming. That shit is social programming.
Like, don't get it twisted. We was really living like that. It wasn't like we were just saying it. You get me, like.
And girls are programmed.
There was no respect for girls. There was no respect. The only time you have to start respecting girls is like, raw. Okay, now I've got a view, and I ain't got no choice. I have to start respecting them. It's bad, but that if I'm being honest, that's where it was. That's where it is.
Yeah, no, of course.
I like what Sticky said. Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
I like what Sticky said, because I always look at things in terms of energy. So he said peace and quiet. That's not what he meant from a 3D perspective, but just from like an emotional perspective. He wants to feel peace and peace. We'll just call it peace, right? So I guess if I was a guy, I would just pick one word. What's the main emotion you want to feel in a relationship? Because the guy is not going to probably write a list. A guy is not going to be like doing a fucking vision board. Like, some guys will, not to disrespect anybody who does, but I feel like if you can find one, for me, it's more of adventure. Like, I need to feel stimulated. I need to feel pushed. But like for other people, it's different things. But I think if you look at it as just the energy, like peace, adventure, stimulation, loyalty, honesty, attraction, connection, whatever word, it's like, it's much easier than to all these lists and stuff.
We were saying, Liv, like, once you find peace, and it's like, if anyone's read the book or hasn't read the book, The Art of Happiness, I definitely recommend it to them, because once you learn peace, and peace is not even what you think it is. If you go and learn about peace, once you find peace, you find every other emotion, because peace can be very loud, but it's calming at the same time. And it's like, you can find peace in the loudest, most expressive person. That person can ground you. They can nurture you. They can be, being somebody's peace is not necessarily being quiet. It's like, I could be your peace by actually speaking words of affirmation into you, by giving you guidance. If you need my advice, I'm here. Just know that, innit? And it's like, once you find peace, it is happiness, it's love, it's joy, it's anger, it's pain, it's everything. Everything derives from peace. So I would say go and read that book, The Art of Happiness. It's amazing. I've read it twice.
You know, reason why I would say joy is the main thing I would look for in a person, yeah, is because I just love having fun with someone. That if you don't make me feel happy, I don't even want to know you. I only want to know people that make me feel joy. I say that to people all the time. Any people that try to bring conflict my way, I just let them know, listen, I don't deal with conflict, you know, because it's just not my thing, fam. If you don't make me feel happy, I just won't interact with you, bro. It's not even a personal thing. It's not even a debate. If you don't make me feel joy, leave me alone, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's such a Leo thing too. That's nice. Like so since we have two men, it's like the Leo perspective would be joy because Leo's fire, it's excitement, and the Taurus perspective, we're all about the earth, peace. So it's like, even though they want the same feeling, it's like, I love how it's expressed with different emotions.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
You know my thing. I'm singing and dancing with my mum all day. If I'm with
I'm
fighting with my daughter. She wants to fight all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my. I enjoy that. Like, enjoyment is important to me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not enjoying it, I'm just not gonna do it, bro. You know what I mean?
I agree. I'm the same. I'm the same because I'm a fire sign as well. I love to be laughing, love to be happy, adventurous. You know, I'll go out, be active. I can't stand sitting down and staying still for too long. You know, this is the longest I've sat down for is on a Friday night doing a podcast.
I reckon. Do you know what I reckon we should all do? We should just all move in together. Yeah. All the days. Don't marry Ashley, just be his three wives. Sticky, you just need to conform. Sticky just needs to conform to our way of thinking.
I said that, I want it all.
Us together, have a laugh. You get me? I'm about it. You get me? We can also laugh.
Consistent as well, guys, just to let you know.
He's consistent as fuck. You get me? Like, this guy, he's cool. You get me? He's a cool guy. So I'm just thinking, you might as well strong. I'm ready. I'm putting it out there. On that note, next topic. Fuck what men want, fuck what women want. We all know what. Next topic is, how has 2020 influenced your, like, everything that's happened in this shift? Because I call it a big shift. As much as it's a violence out there, it's definitely a big shift. How has this influenced you as a human or spiritual being? And I say spiritual being because a lot of people are waking the fuck up, yeah? So I'm gonna, Nadia, you kick this shit off. You know?
Back in 1 second, yeah?
Okay. So I've become a teacher, which I was studying to be anyway, but anyway. I'm a counsellor, I'm a referee, I'm a chef, I'm a cleaner, I'm a chauffeur, I am everything. I'm a counsellor. So it's definitely changed a lot for me. It's made me appreciate being a mum even more so, and not just appreciate being a mum, but appreciate other mums as well, because being a parent is the most challenging job in the world. And I always knew this, and I've always been I pride myself on being a good mum, but I tell you what, this has definitely been a test of strength, because, you know, we normally only have to stay 6 weeks, you know, with our children full time, realistically, you know, where we've got entertainment, we can go out, we can visit people, we can, you know, we can spend money on a lot of things to break up that time. This has been a completely different ball game. We're stuck in a house where we have to do everything in the house. Okay, yeah, we've been out, but it's been the most challenging. And I've got to say that I'm really proud of myself, pat on the back. And I'm proud of other mums and dads. It's not just mums, but dads also, because there are a lot of really good fathers out there that have come through during this pandemic and shown their true colours, and they've stepped up their game. They've upped their game. and they also take on that, whether they're living with the partner or whether they're separated, they've had to up their game also. And I just think I take my hats off to any parent in this situation. And it's also made me think about what I want to do now in the future, because job prospects are really different now as well. We're all thinking about our jobs, and some jobs are gone, some are not safe. Like, for instance, I'm a singer, I'm an entertainer. I can't go back to work for quite a while. So I've got to think of alternative ways to make money, So I think it's definitely given me a lot of time to reflect and think seriously about what I really want for the rest of my life. That's me.
That's so beautiful. What about you, Liv? What about you, girl?
Oh, well, I was living in a totally different city. I was in LA for like almost 11 years. And I just had this feeling like you need to leave. Like, a lot of stuff happened. So I ended up moving to Arizona quickly, like quit my job, quit everything. I was like, I need to do this full time. Like, it was just a weird place. And then all this stuff happened. And then it's like way worse out here in LA than it is where I am right now. So then I kind of was like, okay, I kind of went through a lot of the storm before this happened with like quitting my job that I was at for 10 years. I was working with kids for a long time. So I'm not a parent, so I have so much respect for parents right now, because that I was getting paid and it was still hard. Like, God, like, this is not for the weak. But now it's like, it's really helped me just walk more in my purpose. It's like, I think when you're alone with yourself, you can only kid yourself for so long before you start either fucking it away, sex, drugs, like distraction. But after a while, you got to look at yourself. And so it's really like, I thought I just wanted to be in the city and do my thing. And now I'm like, I do want a family. Like, I do want to, like, do readings for people and help people and write a book and like just be on my purpose instead of just like, oh, money, city, dating. Now my whole life does not look like it has the last 6 months. So I think everyone's kind of been forced. Like, I don't feel like if you're still not sure, at least you're inquisitive about it. You're like, oh. So for me, it's more of a career and lifestyle change for sure.
Mr. TruuuTalk. Ashley, you still awake? You with us, bro? Where you at?
I'm with you. I was just listening because obviously a lot of that kind of sounded not similar to what I was going to say, but not obviously I didn't move my way. But in terms of like work and stuff, I kind of feel like this time has kind of allowed me to appreciate who I am and kind of like realize that anything I can do for somebody else, I can do for me. And if I do it for me, it's going to benefit me more. Do you get what I'm saying? So me, I'm someone who tries my hardest in anything I do. Yeah? Anything I do, I'm going to do it the best. Otherwise, I'm just going to not do it. Yeah. So I just feel like if I do me the best, then obviously I'm going to get the best results. And so I feel like this time's allowed me to kind of rely on myself a bit more, believe in myself a bit more, and not be afraid to only have me and nothing else. You know what I mean? Realize I don't really need a safety net as much as I thought I did before. You know what I mean? And that my ability to create is endless.
Ooh, that's a hashtag.
So
you listen. Remember, I was meant to write
Yes.
this today, Chips.
Yeah, you didn't. And this
I was
is
a
the
bit
thing.
stressed. I was stressed. I'm not going through stuff, but obviously it's a bit of a stressy minute. You get me? But I forgot to send you the quote. That's the quote. Whatever I just said.
The ability to create is endless. That's dope.
Write it down,
I
actually.
swear I do this shit all the time.
Write it down. Hold on, I got a pen.
I swear I do this shit all the time. I just say shit.
Do this shit all the time. Listen, this guy, Mr. TruuuTalk, he will send me voice notes, and like I'll present a problem to him or say I'm going through this or whatever, and then he will send me a voice note back. And then this is where his Leo energy comes in. He's talking to me, and I'm like, shit, that's a quote, That's a quote. I'll write it down quickly, and this is what, like, being Ashley's friend and knowing him for a certain amount of time, it's like I've watched your growth, Ash. I'm going to big you up here. I'm going to stroke his fucking ego now. But I've watched his growth, and like, for me, I put it out there and I said, like, I do gas him up on my page and everything. I don't care. I'm proud that I gas him up because I'm so proud to know a person that actually speaks life into people. Like, how I got to know of Ashley and how his mind works is through what he puts out on social media. And one day I was feeling really, really good. Like, I'm a person, I uplift other people. I spend so much time trying to build other people and make sure that they're okay and they're on the right track and their mindset's good. And I've always found that I've never really had that myself much. And I also think it's a blessing in the kids because I don't think that I need it. So when I do get it from beautiful souls like Nadia, Sticky, Olivia, all of you, Ashley, it's such a bonus and it's such a present, a gift from the universe to me. So when I heard Ashley actually speak, because I looked at Ashley, I remember I looked at his profile and like, oh, this guy's a bit nice. He looks like a bit of a fuckboy though, you know what I mean? Like one of those. But then when I actually speak,
one of them, you get it?
Yeah, one of them, I'll be honest with you, you look like a fuckboy, bro. You still do, but it's more spiritual now. But it's like, you know, at that time I looked at him and I thought, and then when he spoke, I was having a really bad day and he did this video and he was talking about comfort zones and I was like, oh shit, I just felt like he was talking to me directly. Look at me, when I say I nosedived into his DMs, I didn't even slide. I nosedived, I jumped and I was like, yo, you don't know how much you've helped me today. And then I started watching him and started really following him and I thought, whoa, like this guy's really onto something. But then I also saw that, I know that he knew that, but at the same time I felt like he didn't really know the gifts that he's been given. You know, the universe gives us tools to use. And I didn't really think that this guy, even though he was using his tools, I didn't think that he actually knew the reasoning behind them. But he actually speaks life into people. Even with it, you know, within his job, getting to know him and stuff, and I know within his job, he does a very, very difficult job. It's a job that I could never do. He works with people who suffer with mental health issues and stuff, and that's a very hard thing to do. You've got to be grounded, you've got to be strong, you've got to be dominant in that role. And I just think that people like that are not given the respect and the status that they deserve. And I also think they're not given that for a reason. It's because they're supposed to go into their own thing. You get me? They're supposed to channel their own energy and put that out into the world. The universe is giving you that gift. Why should you lift up other people's shit, yeah, and build other people's empires when you can build an empire of your own? And that's why I will always love and support people who build their own. They've got their own foundation, they recognize the foundation, and they know something good could grow from it. So I'm all for that, and I will always support that. That's why I post, repost, put the work in. That's why this podcast has come about. And I just think that that's what a lot of people have been doing. I think a lot of people have actually sort of leaned into this shift and they've started to get to know themselves and they know their sole purpose now. And even if they don't really know where they're going with it, they're actually looking to the universe and they know that the universe guides them. Nothing in life is a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. And I'll go back to saying, even though this is, it's a virus out there, there's a race war out there, but it's so much bigger than that. And the bigger picture is you. It's you here, it's Nadia, it's Ashley, it's me, it's Sticky, it's all of us. So if you can look within yourself and actually get to your core, get to your center, you'll find who you are. And then from there, you're free and you can just fly like a bird, really. Be high with it. Yeah, that's
beautiful.
That was lovely. Even though I went out of the room, I still had the earbuds and I could hear everything, babe.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's calling people into their purpose. Like, that's the whole reason why we're alive. So sometimes it takes a negative situation, but like Sticky said, perception, perspective, whatever, like just looking at that and being like, oh, everything's terrible, but hey, I found myself. I probably wouldn't have given myself this much time to see what I wanted if I wasn't forced to really think about it. And I wouldn't have even been close with you, Chitty, because we were talking every day, all day.
Every day we were talking.
Every day. all day.
It's so beautiful. I feel like it's built connections. Like even with Sticky, I always go back to saying that, you know, the fact that Sticky just peers over my post. He was just that guy who peers on my plan and things like that. But now, like, I've built such a bond with Sticky. Sticky's the man. I don't give a fuck. No one can say nothing bad about Sticky.
You the man.
Yeah. Sticky's the man. Do you know Sticky? He is such, like, his mind, yeah, the way he manifests his shit. Like, and I know he's a DJ, he works for a radio station, but I just believe Sticky can start his own shit. Sticky's on his own shit. Me and Olivia actually had insight into what he does behind this podcast, yeah. Oh my
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Big Stick. Big
Sticky got a mind. Is he actually still with us? Is he here?
He's there. He's
I'm here, man. I'm here. My head's been inflated. My ego's, gone like this.
He's happy. He's happy. He's got peace.
Man. Sticky, honestly, like, I got the utmost respect for you. Like, I know I always push you out and say, like, you were meant to buy a new one. I don't know how many years ago now, Sticky. You're actually taking the piss and I want my new one. But at the same time, what you've built from just by actually supporting my page, supporting my posts, what you've built from it is such a thing. I'm going to cry in a minute. I think I've had a little bit too much to drink.
But it's getting hella emotional, is it?
It's hella emotional, do you get me? But it's actually, this is the Pisces energy in me, but it's actually magical, Stick. And I think your mindset, you're very powerful in manifesting things, whether you believe in the law of attraction or not. You are the law of attraction, Stick. And like, I'll always have the utmost respect for you. I think I might even marry you, though, Stick. This is how it's going, do you get me? I'm really contemplating it. But I believe in you as a person. Anything that you want to do in life, I just know that I'll always support you in it. I'll always support that, definitely.
Oh, thank you. I might start crying myself.
Oh,
That's really good.
peace and quiet. That ain't peace and quiet.
Dick, you ain't gonna get peace and quiet with Chitty.
You're gonna get joy. You're gonna get joy and excitement with Chitty.
You're gonna get joy, though.
Yes.
You're gonna get joy.
Yes.
All of that.
You're gonna get that stimulation.
But it's just, it's magical, all of you. Like, and I always, obviously, you know that I like to uplift other people, but I only uplift you if I see the magic in you. I ain't uplifting no fucker who's just dead and dead energy and bullshit. And that's the one thing I've learned about myself is before this pandemic, I used to uplift the most fuck up people, yeah, because everybody, in my mind, everybody needs uplifting. Everybody needs that. They need to be reminded of who they are. But some fuckers, yeah, they just don't even need to, they just need to just go check themselves. But then when it comes to people like you, like Nadia, I look at you and I just think you inspire me so much as a woman on how to present myself, on how to be, like as a mother, on how to look at things differently. Olivia, you inspire me in the sense of to be free with who I am and just to tap into that energy and the divine feminine and to be all the beautiful things that I am. Actually, you inspired me to be the strength that I am. Do you get me? And to just go out there and actually go for things, use my voice and project love and all the things that I'm about. And Sticky, I've already got you up, and I'm not even going to go on. You got enough of my time, Stick. I ain't giving you no more of my time. But it's beautiful to watch you all elevate as human beings or spiritual beings having a human experience. Because that's all they need.
Yeah.
Where have I heard that before?
Well, actually, I saw a little advert the other day that you appeared in, actually.
Nah. That sounds so familiar. Every time you say it, Chins, it just makes you think of something. I'm like, where have I heard that shit before?
He did an advert, yeah? He did an advert on the page Mind, Body and Soul, which is run by my cousin Cher. And the advert was originally meant to be put up there by someone else, but they fucked about a lot. So my cousin, she took that energy on and she decided to put it together herself. And I just want to say, Cher, if you're still tuned in, I want to say I'm proud of you because the way you put it together was beautiful.
Exactly.
She's amazing.
Pick up share.
Ashley, do you know what I say? Ashley got the most attention, yeah? Even I appeared on it. No one really even fucked with me, yeah? He got the most views, he got the most comments, and oh my God, this is the guy who said, oh, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. But he was right. He actually touched on that. And I've always heard that quote. That quote has always resonated with me. But the way he said it and the way he's shown it and projected it in his page and in the way that he's doing things in his life, I fully understand it now. But I'm just a bit pissed that Ashley got a lot of attention from that. Yeah, a lot.
I didn't get no attention. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you did, Ashley. You got a lot of attention from it. You did. Don't try and
I would
do it.
definitely say that 2020 has opened our minds even more. You know, to see people for who they really are. Because we've had a chance to just pause and just step back and, you know, take time out to observe things so much more on a higher level. I think we've definitely seen people for who they, not just the governments, you know, different countries, but I just mean people around you, you know, everything. We're just seeing everything much more clear now.
Definitely. Everything's
gone mad.
2020's been amazing. It's given me some beautiful female friends. And I'm quite pleased. You guys make me look very cool online.
We're assuming you mean us. We're assuming you mean us.
It's social media home. That's what I feel. It's social media properly. Social media.
Whoa, 100 likes ain't in here.
I see the pictures. You think you're nice with the little pictures about, what's the difference between a man and a real man? About you, I see you.
Hey, kids, don't do that, you know, because I'll bait you up, you know. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm here. Oh, good stuff.
Right, guys, on that note, I'm going to have to go and attend to my beautiful 6-year-old boy because he's calling me. It's way past bedtime. Thank you.
It was nice meeting you, too. It was amazing. Thank you, guys.
It was a blessing. Oh, thank you.
Thanks, guys. I'm so grateful.
Again.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
And I got my takeaway quote. I got it. I have it written down. My ability to create is endless. And I put #no safety net.
Yay! I love it.
You have to send that to me so I can stick it on the
Because you know, if you check out
I'm gonna post it
page, you'll see that we do the TruuuTalk podcast quotes every day. Well, we try to do it every day, but we don't do it every day. So if you look on there, you'll see lots of quotes that my genius mind has just created from there.
I can't. I will definitely be checking it out. Thank you guys so much, Chitty. I'm gonna hit you up with the quote. Love you all. Thank you so much. This was fun.
Thank you, Olivia. Listen,
it's
daytime. It's daytime. Thanks, Sticky.
Yeah, I'm about to go. I gotta go to the bank and I gotta run errands because it's the daytime.
So we'll be back next week Friday, same time, 10 p.m. UK time, which is 2 p.m. Arizona time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You never know. You might actually see me in Arizona as well. Just putting it out there.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, guys, until next week.
Peace and quiet.
That's afterwards. So until next week, I hope you guys have a good weekend.
Good night, God bless, and good afternoon.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Love you all. Bye, guys.
Bye.